records, then you're about to be surprised. Right, Tanner? Yep. All right. So Saturday night, we're ready. Hope that you are. Let's put that back in there. I'll probably go through this crate first. I don't know what's in here, but we always at least go through this top crate that's on the table first. We got Japanese stuff to continue to reduce. I've got an on sale bin of new vinyl behind the counter. Yep, I got an on, I hope that's what that, yeah, I got an on sale crate of new vinyl behind the counter. And we're going to do 50% off, which will probably be during part 2. I should have enough to get us through the break for 50% off. If not, then we'll just keep rolling. So, all right, let me get this shared. Hopefully you can do the same for me. Please be sure to share the feed. That's on here on Collectco on Facebook. Be sure to share that to your page or Messenger or anywhere else that you're able and capable of doing that. There's a whole lot of records. Let's share it there. And let's share it here. All right, there's that. Okay. Let's see here. Let me hit Collectco Live. Now this is also streaming on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, please be sure to let us. Please be sure to like our video on there. You really can't share it on YouTube, but if you like it, it kind of does the same thing for us. So. It helps analytics. All right. Now, time for the YouTube and Instagram link. Let me get off my Tesla video I was watching. Watched a 5-hour Tesla Investor Day. I was almost done with it, or I was listening to it. That's a long watch, but I can listen to it while I'm driving. All right, let's go over here to Instagram. Let me delete last night's story. There's probably still people clicking on that thinking we're live. And let me put up tonight's story, which is going to be, let's use this hot picture. There's our live link. I'm going to put live now and your stories. We go here to Restream Chat. Tesla the band. Tesla the car. Now, I hadn't watched any 5-hour Tesla the band videos. I was watching Tesla the car company. Okay. Let's go through this crate of vinyl that's on the table. We'll go through it first. Just to recap, I think this is some stuff from last night. As soon as this crate's over, I'll start our Japanese auctions. And then I'm going to go right into our newest arrivals, which it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 crates. 1, 2, 3. Are those all new? Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 crates of new arrivals. And there's the Japanese stuff. And then I got a couple bins of new arrivals from this week. And it was like, man, how did these not sell? So, all right. So first record is Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step. That's a music on vinyl pressing, $38.99. We have Kiss World, the best of Kiss. If you want to put on a record and just listen to Kiss hits, this is what you want. $39.99, the best of Kiss. Kiss World, $39.99. Fleetwood Mac, the 2LP Palace pressing. I hope everybody has one of these by now. If not, if you've been thinking about them, I have 2 more left. I probably need to go ahead and secure some more. I used to have an entire bin full of them, but we've slowly sold them all. I'm probably going to stock up on them after tonight. Rush 2112, part of our Rush Blitz that's been in the last couple weeks. I think after this week, when it settles all down, I can do a big recap and make sure, or a post or something, make sure everybody has every Rush album that they want that's come in the last couple weeks. This is 2112. It's $36.99. Green Day Dookie. The other night I showed a used copy of this for from the Murfreesboro collection, and then like a lot of people wanted it. And I've sold a lot of these. Of course, one of the classic albums from the 90s. That's Green Day Dookie, $28.99. Kanye West, Late Registration, $41.99. And Minor Threat, the singles. That's like a compilation of their singles, first singles, $26.99. King Crimson's a 200-gram remaster, $36.99 for the Court of the Crimson King. The Killers, Direct Hits is $49.99. And Tom Petty, Into the Great Wide Open. Tom Petty is $36.99. Of course, on top of the Japanese auctions tonight, I've also got the auctions that was on the Facebook post. We'll be going through those. We'll probably do those actually first. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. That is their self-titled first album, $34.99. And Rush Power Windows. Rush Power Windows. That is $36.99. Pussifer, Money Shot, $39.99 for those that pre-ordered that. Those are in this week, and we sold a couple more last night. Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder is $49.99. And Beck Guro. Guro is $33.99. I think I finally got that title down. And Iron Maiden Flight 666. There was 2 of these in here. We might have sold one today in the store. I don't know how busy we were or how slow or busy. Usually Saturdays we sell a lot of vinyl in the store. All right, first couple sales. We got Austin Cauldron wants the Pink Floyd Delicate Sound of Thunder. That's sold to Austin. Great decision. I got 2 more of those left. That's not only a great sounding record, but just a great live track list. This is Mitchell Thomas. Mitchell, I've got you down for Beck Guro and Jefferson Steele on Minor Threat. So I've got this ad for tonight's sale advertised all across the country. I used to put in zip codes and places we wanted to run ads. Now I've been doing it just all over the United States. I've even got it in Alaska and Hawaii. So if anybody's watching new tonight, I will probably give you instructions I will probably remind new buyers how to buy throughout the night. But if you are a new buyer, it's very easy. Just comment what you want. We'll pull it for you. And this is $39.99. Austin's in Wyoming. See? New buyers everywhere. Thank you, Austin. If you're a first-time buyer, make sure you message our page. That easy. This is the last sale of the week. We will invoice on Monday. It's $7 combined shipping. We do this 6 nights a week now. Next week, we will do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And we're having 4 sales next week. No sales on the weekend next week. Saturday's pending, but most likely not. Definitely not Friday night. And if you can tune in anytime we're live, you're going to see a great selection of vinyl. We buy collections all over the country. We order a lot of new vinyl. A lot. We have a lot of new vinyl in stock. Iron Maiden is $36.99, Chris Wood Sr. Chris Wood Sr., this is $36.99. If you don't want it, it looks like Andy Wade does. Somebody's going to end up with that one. Preston Rogers, The Killers, is $49.99. That's their direct hits. Has all their smash stuff on it. That is $49.99. I own one of those myself. Sounds quite good. So just a quick recap on that one. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Kiss, Fleetwood Mac, The Palace Pressing, 2LP, 45 RPM. Green Day, we have Kanye West, King Crimson, The Killers, Tom Petty. I don't know if I showed that, Into the Great Wide Open, $36.99. There's Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Rush Power Windows, Pussifer, Pink Floyd, and we got 3 Pink Floyds left. Delicate Sound of Thunder. Chris says give it to Andy. Andy Wade, you get the Iron Maiden. Preston, just let me know if you do want a Killers. So last night we started kind of I don't know what you call it, a blitz on Japanese vinyl. We sold 2 entire crates. I have another one here to empty out. There's still a lot of Beatles comps in here, so I don't know if we'll get through all the Beatles comps, but I'm going to pull some stuff out of the back that I think I've shown before. A couple more price reductions, and we're going to get these sold. First is, I think we sold one of these last night, but here's another one, and here's an Eric Clapton. These are going to be $20 starts. Another Mick Jagger, She's the Boss, and Eric Clapton Was Here. That's an Eric Clapton live in concert. Those are $20 starts. I'll show those in details in just a second. Not before I show our first crate of new used vinyl. Let me see if this is the one I wanted to do. It looks like it. So I got new stuff from the Murfreesboro collection I worked on last night. And let's do those first. Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. This is a $20 start. Near mint, pristine Japanese vinyl. There's the LP. There's the insert. There's the original inner sleeve. The cover's in shrink wrap. That is a $20 start. $20 start, any Beatles flag series. I'm sure there is. If I get through this crate, there's a couple Beatles in here I'll kind of mix in with our other stuff. But we do have almost an entire bin of Japanese Beatles LPs. Eric Clapton is near mint and pristine. There's the Japanese insert. Also, really nice cover with Obi. This is a very nice copy for Eric Clapton. Cameron Nance is in at $20. Mick Jagger's also a $20 start. Tom Waits, Nighthawks at the Diner, $29.99. Tom Waits, Nighthawks at the Diner, $29.99. Joe Walsh, There Goes the Neighborhood, $19.99. Something you should know about the Murfreesboro collection. Also, let me get my camera a little bit better angled. Something you should know about the Murfreesboro collection. This guy was a collector of just nothing but pristine, nice LPs. These are originals. This is like a 180 gram remaster reissue. So everything in here is super clean. It is so nice. There's new pressings. There's vintage pressings. I'll try to let you know as I'm showing you if it's something new or old or whatever it may be. And then I can let you know, or if you have a question, just be sure to let me know. Sometimes I'll probably say this is 180 gram, meaning it's a new remaster. Or I'll probably say this is original, meaning it's something vintage from the 60s, 70s, 80s. Nothing like brand new. Generation Axe is $33.99. That's on orange vinyl. That is actually new and sealed. It's never been opened. The shrink wrap is lightly pulled back on it. It looks like it is open, but it's not. That's my last copy of that. All right, so Tom Waits, Joe Walsh, but seriously, folks, that's $19.99. Wet Willie, Left Coast Live, Wet Willie's $14.99. Wet Willie's Greatest Hits is $19.99. Wet Willie. And Wet Willie, Keep on Smiling, $19.99. 3 Wet Willies there. Steve Winwood, Talking Back to the Night. This is an original copy in shrink wrap. It looks like it's brand new. That is $19.99. By the way, Cameron Nance, you're out on Eric Clapton. Brent McKinney has that for $22. Going once, going twice, looking for a $20 start on Mick Jagger. Neil Smith wants the Generation Axe. Jason Dobb, you were first to Jason Dobb was first to Joe Walsh. Let me know if you want, but seriously, folks, or There Goes the Neighborhood. Jacob Smith wants Wet Willie, Keep on Smiling. That's so to Jacob Smith. Calvin Ward, you were second. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life. That's 180 gram pressing, $19.99. That one's new. Loud George, Thanks, I'll Eat It Here, $19.99. This is a Friday Music remaster. Loud George, Thanks, I'll Eat It Here. Little Feat, self-titled, $19.99. This is really, really nice, as in near mint minus. Cameron Nance is at $25 on Eric Clapton, and Jason Dobb wants Joe Walsh, but seriously, folks, that's so to Jason Dobb. Little Feat, Let It Roll is $14.99. Little Feat, Let It Roll is $14.99. And Little Feat, Electric Lasthrope, something like that, 1974. This is $59.99. I think this was originally a Record Store Day release. Let me see if he's got the stickers. By the way, he kept almost all of his hot stickers. Yeah, this is a limited edition, originally a Record Store Day Little Feat concert, and that is $59.99. Cameron Nance is at $25 on Eric Clapton. Let's see, Arthur and Brent, let me know if you're in or out. Joe Sloop wants the Loud George. That's sold to Joe Sloop. And Little Feat Down on the Farm. Little Feat Down on the Farm. That one's $14.99. That's meant to be pulled for an auction. Let's actually go ahead and put this up for auction. I'm going to end Mick Jagger. This is a $20 buy it now if anybody wants it. Mick Jagger, She's the Boss. His solo album. Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. That is a $20 buy it now if anybody wants it. First come, first serve. Living Color is actually an OG press. It's in shrink wrap. The shrink wrap on the back is... It can be, yeah, there you go. The sleeve kind of pushed it back. Very nice copy of Hype Sticker, Living Color Vivid. We've got 3 Living Color auctions to put up for tonight. This one is near mint in shrink wrap with Hype Sticker. That is a $45 start. Living Color Vivid. That's a $45 start for Living Color Vivid. Paul Brothers gets the Mick Jagger for $20 buy it now. And Arthur's at $26 on Eric Clapton. And did I miss anything else? Ron Phillips wants Down on the Farm, Little Feat. So Ron Phillips got Down on the Farm, Little Feat. Paul Brothers, you got the Mick Jagger for $20. High bid on Eric Clapton is $26 with Arthur. And Cameron Nance, you're out. It looks like Brent's also out. King Crimson Beat. I'm going to get into a batch of King Crimson albums, so please comment the name of the album you want and not necessarily King Crimson. These are all, every King Crimson in here is like a 200-gram near mint remaster. That is $24.99. Cameron's also out on Eric Clapton, so that means, Arthur, you have Eric Clapton was here. This near mint Japanese pressing, if anybody wants to get in on this, high bid's $26. That's going twice, going 3 times. King Crimson Discipline. King Crimson Discipline is $24.99. And King Crimson 3 of a Perfect Pair, $24.99. King Crimson 3 of a Perfect Pair. King Crimson Beat is sold to Ron Phillips. And let's see here. Living Color, we got 50, 45, 55, 60, 75, 65, 75, and 66. Calvin Ward was in first at 75. How many tracks? This is a full album. Let's see. Is that what Preston asked? He said how many tracks? 6 on side 2 and 5 on side 1. That's 11 tracks. Living Color, Vivid. All right, so high bid on that is Calvin at 75. Ron Phillips got King Crimson Beat. We still have 3 of a Perfect Pair and Discipline. That is an OG press with Hop Sticker. Carole King, her greatest hits, $19.99 for Carole King's greatest hits. Manzara, as in Ray Manzara of The Doors, that is $14.99. That one's called K-Scope. And Kid Rock's greatest hits, which is now out of stock. I wish I would have bought more of them when I could. $29.99 for Kid Rock's greatest hits. Kiss Destroyer Resurrected is $24.99. Kiss Destroyer Resurrected, $24.99 on that. And Lynyrd Skynyrd, Nothing Fancy. This is actually a vintage press. This is a vintage press of this MCA label, $34.99. $34.99. Jeremiah Lewis needs to put back Chris Christopherson from the other night. Living Color, 85, now 100 with Calvin Ward. Ryan Anderson first to Ray Manzara. Alan Jonathan first to Kid Rock. Matthew was second to Kid Rock. Day Mars was third. Jacob Smith first to Lynyrd Skynyrd. Cameron Nance second. Calvin Ward third. Ryan Anderson passes on Ray Manzara. David Tate wants Kiss. And Darren Meyer, you were fourth on Lynyrd Skynyrd. So I'll just leave... I'll leave Ray Manzara in there for a moment. But we can go ahead and sell Eric Clapton to Arthur Maldonado. He gets that for $26. Eric Clapton sold for $26. King Crimson USA. These are all 200-gram remasters. These are this one is $19.99. King Crimson USA, $19.99 on that. All right, so final bid on, last bid I seen on Living Color was $100 with Calvin Ward. That's going once, going twice. Next Japanese auction, I've got more stuff to pull out of here and get sold. We got John Lennon Double Fantasy. This is a VG Plus for a Japanese pressing. This is a VG Plus, and which means it's not pristine, but it's still not bad for an LP in general, especially something that's going to be as nice quality as Japanese. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the Japanese insert. And John Lennon's Double Fantasy is going to be a $15 start. $15 start for John and Yoko's Double Fantasy. If anybody wants Manzara, it's still available. And Rob Scheffler, you were first to King Crimson. I'm assuming you wanted USA. You wanted USA. That's the most recent one I've shown. Yeah, there's some more King Crimson albums coming up, so please comment the name of the album. That will help speed it up a lot. This is Lark's Tongues and Aspic. That's 24. By the way, these are all 200-gram remasters. This one's a little pricier. This is called This is $59.99. What is this one actually called? This one is limited edition 200-gram set of King Crimson's rarities and alternate versions. But what was that called? I don't see a title anywhere on the spine. King Crimson's even thrown me some curveballs. I thought I knew their discography in and out. I love King Crimson. It's not Ray Manzara. Oh, it's not? Manzara. Completely different Manzara then. There is a Ray Manzara in here. That's what I'm thinking about. There is a Ray Manzara from the Murfreesboro collection. That's why I was saying that. Anytime I see the word Manzara, sometimes Ray just slips in there. I'm trying to find the name of this album. I don't know if they... an alternate guide to King Crimson. I guess a young person's guide. There it is. I knew I had the word guide in there somewhere. A young person's guide, yeah. Now if I can get it back in this sleeve, it will be a miracle. This is a thick packaging. Okay, Phil Manzarek. Thank you. Phil Manzarek. But there is a Ray Manzarek, the keyboardist for The Doors. One of his albums are in one of these crates tonight. Okay, so John Lennon 15, John Lennon 15. The high bid on Living Color is with Calvin Ward for 100, and that's going twice, going 3 times. I'm about to sell that to Calvin unless someone bids more than that. Okay, John Lennon's at 20, and we have King Crimson Islands, I believe. This is an alternate cover than the U.S. version. That's the U.K. cover. Yes, King Crimson Islands. That one's $24.99. Wake of Poseidon is $24.99. And add an extra syllable. Yes, that's true. Lovin' Spoonful is $14.99. 22 hits from the incomparable Lovin' Spoonful. Kenny Loggins' Celebrate Me Home is $9.99. Julian Lennon, Valette is $14.99. And U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. We got a lot of U2 reissues in here tonight. I actually listened to this one because I didn't realize Vertigo was on this album or City of Blinding Lights. So I listened to side 1. That is $24.99. Okay, Phil Manzarek. I got it. Thank you for correcting me. Y'all make sure to stay on top of me or I'll mess up something. Rich Group wants Wake of Poseidon. Manzarek. Yes, that's true. Manzarek. Manzarek. Okay, so final call on John Lennon. James C. Jones is at $20. James C. Jones is at $20. Here's what's left. Tom Waits, Joe Walsh. Tom Waits, Nighthawks at the Diner is $29.99. Joe Walsh, There Goes the Neighborhood. Wet Willie, Left Coast Live. Wet Willie's Greatest Hits. Steve Winwood, Talking Back to the Night. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life. Little Feat, Let It Roll. Little Feat Live, that was originally a Record Store Day release. King Crimson, Discipline. King Crimson, 3 of a Perfect Pair. Carole King's Greatest Hits. Manzarek, Phil Manzarek, K-Scope. Tongues, Lark's Tongues in Aspic. That one always throws me a curveball. That one's $24.99. What did Jimmy say this one was? A Young Person's Guide to King Crimson. That one is $59.99. King Crimson Islands. 22 hits from the Lovin' Spoonful. Kenny Loggins, Celebrate Me Home. Julian Lennon, Valette. And U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. That one is sold to Jason F. And Andy Wade wants Wet Willie's Greatest Hits. That's sold to Andy Wade. Okay, Calvin Ward's back in on Living Color at 105. Eli's out. He tried one bump. And I think we realized Calvin's not going to stand down. So that's a final call. John Lennon is sold to James C. Jones for $20. And I'm about to sell this for $105. Going 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And that's sold to Calvin Ward for $105. Ron Phillips wants King Crimson Islands. That's sold to Ron Phillips, King Crimson Islands. Richard Allen, we've already sold U2. The last Wet Willie was called Left Coast Live. Left Coast Live. And Fred, this King Crimson here, this 2 LP set, if you want that, I'll take $55 for it. That one was not cheap. That one was not cheap. Okay. Those are sold. Those auctions are sold. Let me put up a couple more. We have Japanese pressing of Rod Stewart and Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert. We have Brent, I've already sold Living Color. Rod Stewart, Tonight I'm Yours. This one's EX. This is a $15 start. EX, $15 start for Rod Stewart, Tonight I'm Yours. There's the vinyl EX, not so bad whatsoever. There's the 2-page flip. And there's the Japanese insert. Cover is very nice with Obi. There's a Rod Stewart discography solicitation form. Rod Stewart is a $15 start, Japanese pressing. And I think we auctioned off one of these last night. Here's another, just a $25 start. This is Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert. Near mint pristine Japanese vinyl. We have the insert with it Also, really nice cover, gatefold, Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert. That is a $25 start. Eli's in on Rod Stewart. Clapton's a $25 start. Anybody else on anything in here before I set it aside? Who offered Fred Carnell? Let me know if you end up wanting that King Crimson. Let me know if you end up wanting that King Crimson. Let me go ahead and go through the next crate of vinyl for tonight. Let me see what I got here. Yep, let me go through these. And he says, okay. He says he'll take that for $55. Let me also go ahead and grab, so anything that was on the Facebook post is going to be auctioned. I've got those behind the counter, I think. Let me go find those. I got a crate of new vinyl back here as well. Yep, here's those. Let me pull all these. So anything that's on the Facebook post. And by the way, this crate right here is stuff to be keyed in. This black crate behind the stack right there. That's everything I went through last night to pre-orders and pre-sales and stuff that was stray. People made offers on after the sales, etc. So we got 2 auctions up already, so let me not put anything else up until these are sold. Back to this crate. Jason says, give U2 to Richard Allen. He's already got it. So U2, you in fact get the U2 atomic bomb. Jason says he already has it. And we sold 2 more out of this last crate as well. We're going to sell Fred Carnell, the King Crimson, for $55. And Wet Willie, that is sold to Calvin Ward. He says for some reason it didn't come through. We got it for you now. Calvin Ward got Wet Willie. Calvin Ward got Wet Willie. And King Crimson sold for $55. All right, no bids yet on Clapton for $25. Rod Stewart's at $20. New arrivals from the Murfreesboro collection. Please help me out. Try to list the album because there's, I think, several Van Halens in here. There's several Tom Waits. I don't think this is the U2 box, but yeah, there's some U2 in here. We can speed it up a lot if you can comment the name of the album. If that doesn't happen, we'll have to, if I show 2 or 3, you can pick on them, but it also slows up the sale, so it helps everybody out. U2, Wide Awake in America, $24.99. U2, Wide Awake in America, that is $24.99. Verkura Salt. Veruca Salt is what Josh just said. Veruca. That makes more sense. Or at least that sounds better. American Thighs. That is $34.99. $34.99. Veruca. There's a rue in there. That's sold to Mike Massey. When's the Fishbone record coming in? I think that's a good month out, I'm pretty sure. Suzanne Vega, Solitude Standing. That is $14.99. So Mike was first to Veruca, and then to Wayne, and then Austin, then Michael, and then Chuck Wilson. Van Halen, 1984, $24.99. These are all, I think most of them are anniversary pressings. This is a 30th anniversary pressing. $24.99 on Van Halen. Van Halen 2 is $24.99. Van Halen 2 is $24.99. And Van Halen Fair Warning is $24.99. Van Halen Diver Down is $24.99. And Van Halen Women and Children First is $24.99. Okay, final call on Rod Stewart. Tonight I'm yours. Rod Stewart is with Eli Thomas for $20. That's going twice, going 3 times. If anybody wants Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert, it's a buy it now for $25. Who wants it? Eric Clapton's Rainbow Concert, that's a buy it now for $25. That is a buy it now for $25 if anybody wants that. Okay, Billy Humphrey wants 1984 out of that bin. 1984 to Billy Humphrey. That is sold. And John Mintzmorier on Women and Children First. Those are sold and sold. I'm also about to end Rod Stewart. Vanilla Fudge is $39.99. This is limited edition white vinyl. Limited edition white vinyl, that is $39.99. White Light, White Heat by the Velvet Underground. This is on purple vinyl, $24.99 on White Light, White Heat, $24.99. And the Velvet Underground Loaded is on pink vinyl. That is $49.99. This is Record Store Day 2012 pink vinyl, $49.99. Patrick Lear is first to claim the Clapton. Patrick, you get that for $25. Krista Moss, looks like you were second. Rod Stewart here is sold to Eli Tomlinson for $20. Let's see here. Brad Bullen, you were first to the Velvet Underground, and he wants White Heat or White Light. Same thing. White Light. He commented White Light. Same thing. That is sold to Brad Bullen. Let me get 2 auctions rolling from the Facebook post. First is going to be Living Color Stain. I just back ordered a bunch of these the other night because we didn't have them back ordered. And I was like, well, if this ever comes back into press, if this ever comes back in stock, we could sell a truckload of them. But I don't know. They don't press Living Color stuff too often. This is on green vinyl, Living Color Stain. I have never owned any kind of pressing of this. OG, new. That's how long it's been, I think, since they've pressed it. This is a $50 start. Living Color Stain. $50 start, near mint, pristine green vinyl. I think it's a 2000 and something pressing. I think 2018. That's a $50 start. And then Violent Films is a Rhino vinyl, which I've had this before on craft, but from what I was seeing, especially based on sold prices, this might be a little bit better sounding pressing. Violent Films is a $35 start. Self-titled Rhino vinyl reissue, $35 start on that. Eli is at $50 on Living Color, and Brad Bullen wants Loaded. Brad Bullen also gets Loaded. Great decisions there. See, this one's $29.99. What's that now?
How much was this Clapton?
$25 for the Clapton. Velvet Underground is $29.99. $29.99. That's a new reissue. $29.99. U2's October. U2's October is $29.99. All That You Can Leave Behind is $39.99. These are new, $50 or $49.99. That one's $39.99. And Bobby Whitlock Raw Velvet. Bobby Whitlock is $19.99. Living Color 55. Josh is in on Violent Films at $35. Eli's at $60 on Living Color. Gloria's first in October. U2 October to Gloria, and U2 All That You Can Leave Behind sold to Tony Duell. Violent Films is at $37 with Eddie Passir. Van Halen, $129.99. Let me repeat that, $129.99. This is a RTI pressing. The exact, let's see, what was the exact, let me give you the exact information on this. It's just a standard Warner Brothers reissue. It's cut from the original master tapes and pressed at RTI. If you were to go look at the research on this, go check this out on Discogs, you'll see what I'm talking about. RTI pressing of Van Halen. I spun the first side. Oh my gosh. I've had Japanese pressings that would be close. This sounded amazing, and that's why it brings the kind of money it does. Van Halen self-titled. This is $129.99. I can give you the barcode. It is 081227991487. Check that out. That is, this was a phenomenal sounding copy of Van Halen. I've listened to this album on cassette, CD, 8-track, streaming, Japanese pressings, OGs, clubs, reissues. That was amazing. I think that's why it sells for what it sells for. That's $129.99. U2, Octung Baby, $39.99 for Octung Baby. And Bobby Whitlock, self-titled, $19.99. Okay, so update on our auctions. Living Color is at $75, and the Violent Films is at $42. $42 and $75. Lucinda Williams, $24.99 for Lucinda Williams. And Lucinda Williams, The Ghost of Highway 20, $24.99. If we happen to have some where there's a couple of the artists back-to-back, please comment the name of the album. Brent Hall wants Octung Baby. That's sold to Brent Hall. Brad Bullen first on Lucinda Williams. Let me know if you want The Ghost of Highway 20, or this one might be self-titled. Josh Ragland's out on Violent Films. Violent Films is $42, and that's going 3 times to Eddie Passir. And Living Colors at $77 with Calvin Ward. Eli's out. Brad Bullen was first to Lucinda Williams, self-titled. And then after that, it goes to Ghost goes to John Miller. Those are sold and sold. And Violent Films is on its final call, and so is Living Color. Lucinda Williams, World Without Tears. This is $59.99. $59.99. Double LP, features 2 songs not available on the CD. $59.99 for World Without Tears. Car Wheels on a Gravel Road. That is a music on vinyl pressing. First time on vinyl. $29.99. Tom Waits, Blue Valentine. Tom Waits, $24.99. And Tom Waits, Closing Time, $29.99. Tom Waits. Lucinda Williams. George Buchanan on Car Wheels. That is sold to George Buchanan. Car Wheels sold to George Buchanan. And I'm about to end Living Color. I'm taking it off the table, going twice, 3 times. That is sold. Calvin also gets that Living Color for $77. And Eddie Pasir gets the Violent Films for $42. That's sold to Eddie Pasir. Those are sold and sold. Let me put up a Japanese auction, and we'll go ahead and run the other Living Color. And then when people hop on the rest of the night, we can say that they're all sold. Living Color. This one's also a $55 start. This is a, let me refresh my memory. I know it's on green vinyl. It's on green vinyl. This is Living Color Time's Up. This is a 2018 green vinyl. That is a $55 start. Living Color Time's Up. I don't recall having too many of those. And then Bread is a Japanese pressing of Super Deluxe. This is a check condition copy. VG Plus. VG Plus on this one, I will have to say this is a check condition copy, but it's not bad for what it is, and I'm only starting it at $15. There's the original anti-static it was stored in. There's the nice gatefold with Obi. There's the multi-page book flip, and Bread is a $15 start. Bread's a $15 start. Living Color's a $55 start. Bread's a $15 start. Woods Felix is going to grab the Van Halen 1. Hope you play that very loud. I did. I love side 1 of that. Well, the whole album's great, of course, but Tom Waits, Small Change, $29.99. Tom Waits, Small Change, $29.99. Tom Waits, The Heart of Saturday Night, $29.99. Tom Waits, Mule Variations is $99.99. Mule Variations is $9.99. And Tom Waits, Swordfish Trombones. That's all mashed together there, $29.99. Condition and price. All these are reissues. They're near mint. They look like they've never been played. And closing time was $29.99. Craig, Sweden, first to Swordfish. That is sold to Craig. Yeah, so these are all new pressings. They're near mint. At least these Tom Waits albums are. Very, very nice. George Buchanan, you were second on Swordfish. No bids yet on Living Color and Bread. If you're not careful, I will end them and move it on. And here's what's left in this crate. Tom Waits, Mule Variations. Tom Waits, The Heart of Saturday Night. Tom Waits, Small Change. Tom Waits, Closing Time. Tom Waits, Blue Valentine. Lucinda Williams, World Without Tears. Bobby Whitlock, The Velvet Underground, and Nico is still available. Vanilla Fudge is on white vinyl. Diver Down, Fair Warning, Van Halen 2, Suzanne Vega, and the last and only U2 left, Wide Awake in America. Wide Awake in America. Those are available. Let me condense those with the leftover crate from earlier. The really hard to get Tom Waits, we're going to put it up for auction. It's an OG copy. It'll be put up here pretty soon. I hope there's some people watching who like Joe Bonamassa. Is there anybody watching who likes Joe Bonamassa? Because if there is, y'all are going to like this crate. We got about 30 Joe Bonamassa autographs, and I've got them priced pretty much as if you were just buying the record and you're getting an autograph for a small bonus, for just a small charge, I guess I should say. All right, let's see. Charlie DeFrank. First of all, we have, do you have any more Smashing Pumpkins? Yes, I have Melancholy, Siamese Dream, Gish, and Adore. We're waiting for more Pisces to come back in stock. Next question was how much for Velvet Underground and Nico? $29.99, Josh. $29.99. Andy Wade gets the U2 Wide Awake in America. That's sold to Andy Wade. He was first of that. I figured somebody was going to be getting that. George Buchanan, you were second. Charlie DeFrank said he'd give 30 for both Bobby Whitlocks. Let's sell those to Charlie DeFrank, 15 and 15. Anybody else want a bundle deal on like the Tom Waits or anything? Let me know. Let's see here. Siamese Dream is $99.99. $99.99. Okay. Calvin, if you bid 50 on Living Color, I'll take your bid and we'll say going once, going twice. I'm just not going to sell it for 50 because there's probably some people waiting to buy it for 55 right now. But if you bid 50, we'll take that as a bid, yes. Fleetwood Mac self-titled, 180-gram vinyl, pressed from the original masters. This is $24.99. 50 for Living Color with Calvin Ward. That's going once, going twice. If anybody wants bread, it's a $15 buy it now. Japanese bread. Who wants it? That's a $15 buy it now. Deep Purple in rock. I'm pretty sure this is new. This was in a open bag with a Grimey's price tag on it. And I think that was a new way. I don't think this record was originally shrink wrapped. And this guy had a lot of sealed stuff, as y'all know. I don't think this has ever been played. That's Deep Purple in rock. That might as well be a new pressing. I just don't think they come sealed. I put it in a new baggie because the other one was split. But that's Deep Purple in rock, $29.99. Greg and Dwayne Allman, $24.99. Ultrasonically clean this one and listen to it. I love listening to those rare tracks. $24.99 on that. And Cream Wheels of Fire is sealed. Yes, this one is sealed. $39.99. $39.99. Joe Sloop. First of all, let's sell Joe Sloop bread for $15. Calvin Ward wants Living Color for $50, or Calvin Ward is going to get the Living Color. Let's sell that to him for $50. Chad, can I get a Melancholy? Yes, Melancholy is $199.99. We have, I'm looking over by the microwave right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got 7 left. We got 7 of those left. Let's put Tracy Miller down for 1. Chuck Wilson gets the Deep Purple. Chuck Wilson gets the Deep Purple. And 40 for Velvet Underground, Nico, and Loaded. Well, we've already sold Loaded. It was sold to Brad Bolin for $49.99. The other one is $29.99. Okay. The Allman Brothers Band, Reach for the Sky, $19.99. The Allman Brothers Band, Reach for the Sky, $19.99. That's an OG. So is Win, Lose, or Draw, $19.99 for the Allman Brothers Band. And Greg Allman, Southern Blood. Southern Blood. And this is on colored vinyl, $29.99 for Greg Allman, Southern Blind. So yeah, Loaded sold. Never mind then. Yeah, so those are gone. But if you want just Nico and maybe something else, we can do some kind of bundle. Okay. Well, I had this on Facebook. I would probably normally just put this in a bin, but we'll try it on auction. And of course, lots of people have been asking recently for Metal. So this is a nice copy of Metal. It feels like just the cover and the way the sleeve is printed, it feels like more of like a mid-70s reissue than probably an OG from actually 71. But I will say this, it is a very nice copy of Pink Floyd Metal, as in Near Mint Minus. Of course, side 1 is Echoes, 23-minute song, and then, or side 2, and then side 1 has some great tracks. Very nice copy, EX Plus to Near Mint Minus, and this is a $55 start. Pink Floyd Metal's a $55 start. Cream is also probably a mid-70s reissue on RSO. Fantastic. Near mint, though. And that's a $35 start. Cream, Wheels of Fire. This has Crossroads on it and White Room. Amazing. Look at the gatefold. I think they should have made the front look like this. They probably would have sold a lot more if they would have made the front cover look like that. But they know what they're doing. By they, I mean Eric Clapton. $35 start on Cream. Okay, so those are still available. Allman Brothers Band, live from A&R Studios. Allman Brothers Live, that's $24.99. Savoy Brown, Looking In, $19.99 for Savoy Brown, Looking In. And Joe Bonamassa, live from Nowhere in Particular, $34.99. So these, I think this starts the Joe Bonamassa run. So they're all autographed except for one, I think, that's sealed. It's a sealed picture disc. So if you want any of these Joe Bonamassa albums, two things. Comment the name of the album. Comment the name of the album. But they're all live. Or they're all autographed, I mean. They're all autographed on the front. Every one of them. 100% authentic. The guy I bought these from, I've actually, this guy's collection, I bought them from his sister who was handling his estate. Huge Joe Bonamassa fan, as you'll see. And I guess he got to meet him one time. He had all these albums and he had them all signed. This one sold to Chris DeMoss. Yes, the original cover of this was in foil. This is a mid-70s reissue, and so is Pink Floyd Metal. Those are both mid-70s reissue. Brent's in on this at 35. That's going once, going twice. And Pink Floyd is with 55 of Ron Foster. Those are going twice, going 3 times. So any of the Joe Bonamassa, just let me know the name of the album. I'll say Radio City. This one's not autographed. This is one of the ones that's not autographed. Live at Radio City Music Hall, $24.99. And it has some pretty nasty seam splits up here at the top. That one's live at Radio City Music Hall, $24.99. That one sold to Alan Jonathan. No autograph on that one. And this one's autographed. This is Slow Gin. Slow Gin. That is $34.99. Slow Gin. Autographed. $34.99. You and Me. That's autographed. $34.99. You and Me. $34.99. And this is sealed, not autographed. It's a picture disc, $24.99. Different shades of blue, picture disc, $24.99. Okay, final call on Pink Floyd. It's at $55. It's a mid-70s, I believe, reissue. Final call on that, $55. And I'm also about to sell Cream for $35. Let's see here. Alan Jonathan, first to Gin. That was Joe Bonamassa. Calvin, second. Chris DeMoss, third. David, fourth. Rob Scheffler, fifth. Rob Scheffler was first to You and Me. Rob Scheffler first to You and Me. Calvin second. John third. Nicholas is at 60 on Pink Floyd. And David Howard wants the blue. David Howard wants the blue. All right, so I think the rest of this stack are all autographed Joe Bonamassa records. Please comment the name of the album. I'll try to do my best to identify what it is at first. Beth Hart, this is Explain. Explain, $34.99. Explain, $34.99. Dust Bowl. Dust Bowl, once again, autographed. Driving Towards the Daylight, once again, autographed. And Live from New York, Beacon Theater. Live from New York, Beacon Theater. Now, I'm sure all those are sold, so let me figure out who got what. I think I can go ahead and sell Cream, though. Let me go ahead and sell Cream. Looks like they're bidding on Pink Floyd now. Cream is sold to Brent Hall, I believe, for $35. Let me make sure that's right. Yep, Brent Hall gets Cream for $35. And the next comment is they're bidding on Pink Floyd as well. Rob Scheffler gets the Beth Hart one. That's sold to Rob Scheffler. Next was David Howard. He gets the Dust Bowl. Calvin Ward was next on Dust Bowl, then Rob Scheffler, and then Chris DeMoss, then Mike Vandergist, then Joe Sloop. Tom Steyer gets Live from New York. That's sold to Tom Steyer. Craig was next on Dust Bowl. Alan next on the Live. So is Calvin, and then Carol, and then Chris, and then next. Driving Towards the Daylight. That's the only one still available. Driving Towards the Daylight, $34.99. That's the only one still available from that, unless I missed that in there somewhere. Driving Towards the Daylight, $34.99. So high bid on Pink Floyd. High bid on Pink Floyd. Calvin did comment Drive. Yeah, Calvin Ward did comment Drive. Yes, I see that now. And he just commented again. So that one sold to Calvin Ward. Okay, now let me make sure on Beacon first. That was the Live one. Make sure that's right. First one, I see Tom Steyer was first. Joe Live in New York. And then Alan, you were second. Tom Steyer has you beat on that one. High bid on Pink Floyd is $80 of Ryan Foster. High bid is $80 of Ryan Foster. Let me show a couple more. I know they're all going to sell. It's just a matter of who gets what. Blues Deluxe, $39.99. Blues Deluxe, $39.99, and Black Rock, $34.99. That's a really good autograph. It's a silver on that black background. Okay, Pink Floyd is, like I said, I've got them priced pretty fair, and then I've added maybe $5, $10 for an autograph, which is very, very reasonable for his autograph. I was trying just to find a autographed album of his on eBay. Didn't have a whole lot of luck, so let's see. Let's see here. John Miller first to Blues Deluxe. John Miller was first, Calvin second, Chris DeMoss third, Mike Vandergent fourth, and Carol Seeley first to Black Rock. Carol Seeley first to Black Rock. And then lots of people next. Next two. A New Day Yesterday. So we'll say A New Day. That's autographed. A New Day Yesterday. And The Ballad of John Henry. Ballad of John Henry. That's the next two. Let's go also ahead and sell. Let's go ahead and sell Pink Floyd to Ryan Foster for $80. Ryan Foster got that for $80. If anybody's just joined us, I've got autographed Joe Bonamassa records. I'm telling you the title and the price. It's a first come, first serve. While those comments are coming in, let me put up two new auctions. I'm going to put up Kiss Love Gun, and I've got more Japanese stuff I'm reducing the price on tonight. We're eventually going to get everything sold. I've got a stack of stuff that was on the Facebook post, and then I got a stack of Japanese stuff we are reducing the price on. So there's the Kiss Love Gun. I think we had this the other night. This is kind of more maybe, I can't remember. We've had so many Kiss albums in the last few weeks. We have, this is about, what did we grade this one? EX. Yeah, this isn't pristine, but it's not bad either. This is a VG Plus to EX copy, Kiss Love Gun. This is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Kiss Love Gun. There's the original inner sleeve. There's no gun. It looks like somebody has a rubber stamp on the front. Looks like maybe from a record store. They rubber stamped it, maybe for a used copy or something. And that's a $25 start for Kiss Love Gun. Vintage copy, very, very nice. And then let's get Madonna started also for $25. Japanese pressing of Madonna Like a Virgin. Madonna. That is near mint, pristine Japanese vinyl. There's the Japanese insert, 2-page flip. There's the other insert. And also a really nice cover with Obi. That's also a $25 start. All right, so Kiss and Madonna up for auction. Now, I showed A New Day and I showed John Henry. Let's figure out who was first to that. The last comment before I showed that one was Neil Smith on Black Rock, and then Calvin Ward got New. This one sold to Calvin Ward. Scott Leach, you were second. Chris DeMoss third. Joe Sloop fourth, and then Rob Scheffler was first to John Henry. Then Calvin Ward, then David Howard, then Mike Vandergits, and then Joe Sloop. What's the condition and release date on the Allman Brothers Live? The Allman Brothers is near mint. It's probably open and played a handful of times, if that. I don't know, but it's near mint. Live from A&R Studios, that's 1971. The OG Allman Brothers lineup. Statesboro Blues, One Way Out, Stormy Monday, all those classic type songs, $24.99. Okay, then that was Mike. Then we have Kiss, 25, 25, 30, and 27. Next two Bonamassa records, or at least I think they're Bonamassa records. Yes, this one is called Had to Cry Today. Had to Cry Today, just like the Blind Faith song. $39.99. Autographed, $39.99. And the other one is A New Day Yesterday Live. A New Day Yesterday Live, also autographed. Also autographed. There's two more Joe Bonamassas. I don't know, that we need to pull at least one out and autograph them, so maybe somebody can actually have a... Also, there's a box set coming up, if y'all can already see that, but no early peeks on it till I show it. It's not autographed, though. Yeah, no autographed box set. It's just sealed. Who was first to this one? Let's see. Alan Jonasson. Alan Jonasson was first to this one. Then Calvin Ward, then Chris DeMoss, then Wade Lucas, then Adam Stein, and then Alan Jonasson was first to this one. A New Day. Alan Jonasson was first to Let me make sure on that. I lost my spot. Yeah, Alan Johnson live, then Krista Moss, then Adam Stein, then Calvin Ward, then Way Lucas, then Craig Proper, then Patty, and then Joe Sloop, and Judas Priest Turbo. Somebody claimed that earlier. Just make a note of that. I think we do. I'll have to just run across them sometime tonight. I have no idea what's next. Let's see if it's more autograph. It is. This one is, so it's like that. $34.99. So it's like that. $34.99. And live at Royal Albert Hall, $64.99. Live at Royal Albert Hall, $64.99. I think that's the last two. And so the first one I had, so it's like today. Let me figure out who we have here. Let's see. Who was the first one to actually comment, so it's like that? That would be Adam Stein. That one goes to Adam Stein. We had some people comment Joe Bonamassa and Bonamassa, but it was so like it's today. That's Adam Stein. Then Krista Moss, then Wade Lucas, and then who was first to this one? This is live at Royal Albert Hall. That one is going to go to Ron Phillips. Ron Phillips. Wow, that was a challenge for everybody. That was a challenge for me to figure out, and a challenge, I think, for y'all to get some of those. That was, I've never had an experience like that in a long time, where there were so many people trying to get so many albums at the same time. Imagine if I would have went all through all those at one time. We'd be still trying to figure it out. I think that's it on the autograph Joe Bonamassas. There's some other, I think, stuff of his coming up. Well, you know, for one, but I don't think they're autographs. So there you go. Now, so Madonna, final call on this. Madonna, James Bragg's at $27. James Bragg is at $27. Final call for Madonna. James Bragg has that. And Kiss Love Gun is at $30, which with Rich Bernstein. That's final call on that. That was interesting. Sell this to Mitchell Thomas for $22. Okay, back to regular scheduled programming. First, I've got two Stevie Rays. One's opened and one's sealed. Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've got an open one and a sealed one. The open one is $24.99. The sealed one is $31.99. Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. If you like blues guitarists, this is your crate. Oh my gosh, that's all that's in here. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Bonamassa, Eric Clapton, early Fleetwood Mac. That's all that's in here. Jaco Belli Dante wants the sealed Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's sold to Jaco Belli. And then Thomas Bentz, you were second. Jeremiah Lewis gets the open one. There you have it. And before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and end these auctions. We have Madonna, Like a Virgin. Madonna, Like a Virgin is sold. That was sold to James Bragg for $27. And Rich Bernstein is going to get the Kiss Love Gun for $30. Good deal on both of those. Good deal on both of those. Don't forget, we got killer auctions going up. I know this crate is absolutely fire, but don't let that distract you. While we're auctioning some, or while we're selling some blues records, let's put a couple up for auction. This copy of Taj Mahal is a mono Sundazed remaster reissue, but it had very high marks from the Discogs page. This is Taj Mahal, self-titled, mono, near mint and pristine. It's a 2005 reissue, I believe, and that's a $45 start for Taj Mahal. This is special. Do I want to keep this? Absolutely. If this was open, would I definitely keep it? More than definitely. This is the Allman Brothers Band MoFi pressing. Limited edition, numbered. This is sealed. This has never been opened. It's sealed. The Allman Brothers Band MoFi pressing. Allman Brothers self-titled. So, I looked at the cheapest one you could buy for a sealed one for on Discogs. I've checked eBay, and I'm going to start this one cheaper than any of those. This is a $175 start, the Allman Brothers Band, sealed MoFi pressing. It took me forever to get a Japanese pressing of this that was nice, and I still don't have an Obi. The U.S. pressings are always trash. This is a pretty good version to go to. I don't know of too many more that probably are this kind of caliber of a pressing. Great Allman Brothers album too. That's $175. That's sealed MoFi. Back to the crate. Savoy Brown is sealed, and this is an OG. Street Corner Talking. Savoy Brown is sealed. $29.99. That's an OG. Albert King, The Big Blues. Albert King is $26.99. Van Halen, that is an OG. $44.99. Van Halen, $44.99. Eddie's mixed in here of all the blues guitarists. $44.99. Eddie Van Halen. Van Halen 1984. And Van Halen 2, $44.99. $44.99 on either one of those. Joe Bonamassa is $64.99. $64.99 live at the Greek Theater. Live at the Greek Theater. That's a 4 LP box set. Joe Bonamassa, $64.99. Jacob Smith is in on Taj Mahal at $45. Jacob Smith's in on that at $45. By the way, if this doesn't get a bid, of course, I'll make it a buy it now for $175. We'll see if it gets a bid. If not, it'll be a first come, first serve in about a couple minutes. If not, that's a firm price for that. $175. Chris DeMoss is, let's see. Chris DeMoss gets Albert King. Patty wants the Joe Bonamassa Greek Theater. Patty, if you're a first-time buyer, Karzweski, hope I'm saying your name at least somewhat close. Patty K is what I may call you. That sounds even better. Patty, if you're a first-time buyer, please make sure you message our page. That's CollectCo. If you're a first-time buyer, we need an email address from you, and we need your mailing address. We will invoice you on Monday. The Van Halens are $44 and $44.99. Fleetwood Mac, Kiln House. This is new, sealed, $29.99. New and sealed Fleetwood Mac Kiln House, $29.99. James Bragg's in on the Allman Brothers at $175. So both auctions have bids, $45 and $175, going twice, going 3 times. Government Mule is sealed, $36.99. So Patty, if you're a first-time buyer, please make sure you message our page as soon as possible. Government Mule is sealed, Skull Mule, featuring John Schofield. That's $36.99. Deep Purple, made in Japan. This is a Friday Music audiophile. Very, very good. $39.99. I listened to side 1 of that. That sounds amazing. $39.99. And Allman Brothers live at the Fillmore. This is sealed, direct metal mastering. That is $39.99. Allman Brothers is sealed, $39.99. Final call on those 2 auctions. How much was my Joe Bonamassa? All those that were autographed were between $25 and $65, but I can get you the exact price in just a second. Most of them were $35 and $40 though. Rich Group was first to Fleetwood Mac. Carol Seeley first to Government Mule. Ryan Foster first to Deep Purple. And Jocko put Gilmore, he meant Fillmore. That's so to Jocko Belly Dante. Brian C., you were second. All right, these auctions are over. Taj Mahal is sold to Jacob Smith for $45, and James Bragg steals my Allman Brothers from me. When I saw this in this collection, I was like, oh, wow. And then it was sealed. Of course, it just hurts me to open up sealed stuff like this, knowing that I may run across an open one day, and probably there might be somebody who collects them sealed. So I'm like, it always pains me to open up such a collectible sealed record. So sometimes I'll leave stuff sealed and sell it and I'll look for an open one. Or I'll buy one eventually and I'll open it myself. I'm always on the fence. That's sold to James Bragg for $175. Such a great record. I like that probably just as much as Eat a Peach or anything in their discography. Next Japanese auction. Let's do Blondie and a Carole King. We got more price reduction Japanese pressings. First is Blondie Hunter. I'm going to put this one up for just a $25 start. Blondie Hunter. Blondie Hunter. $25 start. Near mint pristine Japanese pressing. There's the insert. Pristine cover and obi. Blondie is a $25 start. Carole King, Welcome Home. $15 start for Carole King, Welcome Home. Here's one we don't get too often in her discography. Carole King, Welcome Home. There's the LP. There's the insert. There's the 2-page flip. And we have a very nice cover in Obi. $15 start for Carole King, $25 start for Blondie. Cream is $24.99. This is actually a mono pressing. However, it's on a label that I've never heard of. This is $24.99. Cream Disraeli Gears. This is on the Lilith label. Lilith, $24.99 for Cream Disraeli Gears. Eric Clapton. By the way, I learned, I like it when I can sit down and price records. I never have time. I priced maybe only 5%, probably less than that of the stuff we show here. John prices everything else except new vinyl. We all price that. There's a pressing of this that's kind of like a Robert Ludwig cut. It's not as expensive, but there's a pressing. It's like the original mix Clapton intended, and it's, I think, cut a little hotter. It sells for every bit of $100 plus, especially near mint. This is still a vintage copy. I still think it's 1970, but it's just not that mix. But if you're not familiar with that, you might want to check your copy. That one's $29.99. It's near mint and shrink wrap, but there is a mix of that that is quite pricey. Neil Smith, I'm assuming you want to bid on Blondie. His bid just came in, $25. That's going once, going twice. Thomas Bentz, I've got you down for Cream. If you're a first-time buyer, Thomas, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message the page. Thank you. We need a message from you of your email address and your mailing address and your email address. We will invoice you on Monday. We do this sometimes 5-6 nights a week. If you like buying records, you have found the right place. Kossoff or Kossoff Backstreet Crawler. This is sealed, $19.99. The Van Halens are $44.99. Savoy Brown Hellbound Train, $19.99 for Savoy Brown. John Mayall with Eric Clapton, The Blues Breakers. This is also another mono reissue, $29.99. Deep Purple Machine Head, sealed Rhino Vinyl, $29.99. And Fleetwood Mac, Then Play On, sealed, $29.99. Neil Smith gets Blondie for $25. Who wants Carole King for $15? Carole King, Welcome Home. $15 buy it now if anybody wants that one. Don't let there be any stray Japanese vinyl. We had none left over after last night. We even sold those last two. That's a $15 buy it now for Carole King. James Bragg first to Fleetwood Mac. Jacob Smith, you were second, it looks like. Carole King's a $15 buy it now. I figured at least David Johnson or somebody would buy that. Okay, let's see here. Beatles, 20 Greatest Hits. Let's put that up for auction. And Little River Band. We have the Beatles, 20 Greatest Hits. The Beatles, 20 Greatest Hits. This is a single LP, 20-hit track compilation from the Beatles. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. It includes this 2-page Japanese flip with lyrics. It has the lyrics to all 20 songs. They didn't leave any of them out. There is the very nice cover. No staining or anything on this. Very crisp copy. $45 start for the Beatles 20 Greatest Hits. I hadn't had one of these this nice. I know y'all see a lot of Beatles comps come through here, but that exact one that nice in several months. And then Little River Band is just a $15 start. Little River Band, First Under the Wire. Near mint, pristine. There's the Obi, there's the insert. Just a $15 start on that. First Under the Wire. Carole King is sold to Mark Shelton for $15. And Robert Johnson wants the Kossoff. That's sold to Robert Johnson. What album's behind the Deep Purple? That was Blues Breakers with John Mayall with Eric Clapton. Let's go through that. That was an eventful bin. Let's go through that one more time. That one was plumb full. There is almost nothing left now. Let's go through those one more time. We have Fleetwood Mac self-titled. If you like blues, this is one of the standards for early 70s blues rock. $24.99. Fleetwood Mac self-titled. Greg and Dwayne Allman is $24.99. Cream, Wheels of Fire. That is sealed. A brand new sealed copy. $39.99. That's not in print or in stock right now. Allman Brothers, Reach for the Sky is $19.99. And Win, Lose, or Draw is $19.99. Jacob Smith claimed Mayall. He did. JM. I thought that was for an autocorrect for Fleetwood Mac. So Jacob Smith does get Mayall. Sorry, I overlooked that. I got that confused with Fleetwood Mac. So Jacob, yes, I got you. Thank you. James Bragg on the Fleetwood Mac. That's sold to James Bragg, and Kossoff is sold. Kossoff is sold. Final call on the Beatles. Dan Rice has that for $45. And final call if you want to bid on Little River Band for $15. Greg Allman is still available. Southern Blood. This is $29.99. Someone said they used his blood in the vinyl or something. Is that what somebody said earlier? $29.99. James Bragg first on Cream, the sealed Cream, sold to James Bragg. Savoy Brown looking in. This is a 180-gram remaster. $19.99 for a Savoy Brown. Gloria's in on the Beatles at $46. So, Dan, you're out on that one. The sealed Savoy Brown, that's a vintage copy, $29.99. Van Halen's are available, $19.84, and Van Halen 2. I'll do a bundle deal if somebody wants both. Eric Clapton is $29.99. Savoy Brown, Hellbound Train, and Deep Purple Machine Head. And that is $29.99. That is sealed. That is sealed. Blood in the Poster. Gotcha. Let's see if this one has a poster with it. Does this one have a poster? It has an insert. This one? This insert? Well, that's a cool picture of him. That's a really cool picture of Southern Blood. Wow. Yeah, Kiss did that with their comic book. We have those. We have the Kiss. I've got 3 of them in stock, actually. Brandon Jackson wants Deep Purple. Tony, I'll do $5 off and $5 off. I have ultrasonically cleaned these. I wanted to listen to Van Halen 2. I hadn't listened to that one in a while. I listened to side 1. Yeah, I listened to side 1, and then I listened to side 1 of this. They sound great. That would be $80 for both of them. They are extremely nice. I've got them in anti-statics, 40 and 40. Let's see. The Beatles is at 48, so Gloria, you're out. Brandon got Deep Purple. Tony, I'll do 40 and 40 on those. And then Calvin said he'd give 25 for Eric Clapton. Go ahead and sell that to Calvin Ward. Okay, Gloria, you're back out on the Beatles. And Little River Band, who wants that for $15? Little River Band, $15 to whomever wants that. $15 for Little River Band, first in the wire. That is now sold. Let me put up a new auction while they're still bidding on the Beatles. Here's another Greg Allman. This one appears to be very difficult to get from what I've seen, especially sealed, out of print now. Greg Allman Low Country Blues, sealed with hype sticker, Low Country Blues, $95 start. Greg Allman Low Country Blues. That's another cool cover. $95 start on that. Greg Allman Low Country. Gloria's out on the Beatles. Let's sell that to Dan Rice for $48. That's sold to Dan Rice. And let me put up another Japanese pressing if I can find what I was wanting to do next. Here's one. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. $25 start on this. $25 start, Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. Near mint Japanese pressing. That is pristine. And there is the insert. There is the shrink wrap and Obi. That's very, very nice. $25 start on Bruce. Greg's a $95 start. All right, nobody else in this crate. James Bragg's in on Greg Allman at $95. Not a cheap record, especially sealed. I've got another crate to put up. Actually, I have some vintage stuff right over here that I wanted to go back through. Yeah, I got a couple killer crates right here from just the other night, and I showed them really late. And I have a feeling most of y'all probably didn't see this stuff. Who's going to buy the Little River Band? We've got to get that sold. No Japanese left behind this week. It's a clearance for a reason. Let me see what we got in here. I got a couple things too. I'm going to go ahead and pull out of here and put up for auction. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a bin we went through the other night. I'm going to go through it one more time. And it's got some really good titles in it. Bruce Springsteen's at 30. That's going twice, going 3 times. Greg Allman is at 95. That's going twice, going 3 times. Rich Group needs to put back Fleetwood Mac Kiln House. Little River Band is a $15 bot now. Okay, let's go through this crate right here. Who wants Fleetwood Mac Kiln House? Richard's putting back. It was new and sealed, $29.99. Loudon Rainwright, the third, I'm All Right. That is $14.99. $14.99. Let me get all these situated here. Paul Simon, Graceland, $34.99. You Can Call Me Al. Paul Simon, $34.99. Bob Dylan, New Morning, $34.99 on Bob Dylan, New Morning. And Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, also $34.99. Final call on Greg Allman, $95. James Bragg has that. James Bragg has the Sealed. That is Sealed, Low Country Blues. And then Shane Barry's at $33 on Bruce Springsteen. Jason Dobb, you're out on that. There's Fleetwood Mac. That is new and sealed for $29.99 if anybody wants it. Muddy Waters sings Big Bill Broonzy. That is sealed from 1986, $29.99. Cornell's Brother and Sister Rose Greatest Hits, $14.99. Queen, News of the World, $34.99. Nice OG copy. Queen, News of the World, $34.99. Miss Dynamite, A Little Deeper, $39.99 for Miss Dynamite. John Prine, Pink Cadillac, in shrink wrap. Very nice copy, $64.99. And we have Scarface, The Fix from 2002, $49.99. Peter Frampton Comes Alive, OG copy, $29.99. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, Greatest Hits. Jenny, Take a Ride, $19.99. Jason's back in on Bruce at $35. James Bragg wants the Fleetwood Mac that Rich put back. That's sold to James Bragg. I'll take Little River and the Almonds Win, Lose, or Draw for $30. Mike McGinnis. Let's pull those for him. Win, Lose, or Draw and Little River Band. Sell him both of those for $30. Mike McGinnis. Kenny Heathcock on PF. That's Peter Frampton. Sell that to Kenny Heathcock. Greg Allman is sold for $95 to James Bragg. Shane Barry's out on Bruce Springsteen. That's sold to Jason Dobb for $35. Those are sold and sold. All right. John Prine, the best of John Prine. Prime. Boy, that's a tongue twister. Say that a bunch of times really fast. This is in shrink wrap. Has this company or kind of inner sleeve, not really a lyric inner sleeve. Very nice copy. $25 start on that. John Prine, Prime, the best of John Prine. $25 start for that. And we have some autographed records tonight. The first one is, this is from the Dallas collection. Cheers, John, who is the guy we bought the stuff from Dallas from. It says Ian McLaughlin. I think that's how you say his name. I don't think it's Lagan. McLaughlin, which is the keyboard player. He played keyboards for a lot of people. This album, he was playing it for Rod Stewart and Ronnie Lane and Ron Wood and Faces. This is also a white label promo. It's a white label promo. It's autographed, and the vinyl is near mint minus. That is Long Player by Faces, white label promo strip. That is a $20 start. White label promo of that album. Gloria's in on John Prine at $25. Fred says he'll take News of the World for $30. Sell that to Fred Carnell for $30. Gloria says never mind on Prine. So no bid on John Prine. Any Which Way You Can soundtrack, $19.99. The Legend of the Lone Ranger is $14.99. The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells. This is on red vinyl. It's a fairly new pressing from Friday Music, $29.99. Rockin' with Jerry Lee Lewis is $9.99. Good Morning Vietnam soundtrack, near mint and shrink wrap, $39.99 with hype sticker. Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits is $29.99. Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits is $29.99. And The Best of Jethro Tull. The Best of Jethro Tull, $19.99. Really nice copy. Faces 2022, 22 and 25. Mark Shelton on Good Morning. I was about to say, that's something we don't get into often. The Best of Bread, $14.99. The Best of Bachman Turner Overdrive, $14.99. Taking Care of Business, Roll On Down the Highway. You ain't seen nothing yet, $14.99 for that. And Ramatam, In April Came the Dawning of the Red Suns, $19.99. Ramatam, Raiders of the Lost Surf, The Surf Raiders, $49.99. And 500 Miles to Glory, recorded on scene at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, $19.99 for that. Very nice copy of Crosby, Stills & Nash, Deja Vu. It's a 5-digit reissue, but it is near mint, $34.99. Josh Ragland, first on BTO. That's sold to Josh. Faces autograph is now at $30. Steppenwolf, 16 Greatest Hits. That is $19.99. Born to Be Wild, Magic Carpet Ride. Harvest, Neil Young. This is probably a mid or late 70s reissue of this album. It is near mint though, has the inner sleeve. It's a gatefold, really nice copy. Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow, 1999, and Led Zeppelin Coda. Here's one left behind that I can't believe hadn't sold. Really nice copy too, $34.99 on Led Zeppelin Coda. Def Leppard, Pyromania, $42.99 for Def Leppard Pyromania, $42.99. Also, Neil Young's After the Gold Rush. This one has the poster with it, $39.99. Also a really nice copy, $39.99. All right, Faces is at $35 with Brent Rabley. If anybody wants John Prine, it's a $25 buy it now. John Prine is a $25 buy it now. I'm putting it back in this sleeve, and that's a $25 buy it now. John Stevens is at $37 on Faces. Looks like that's still 2 or 3 people bidding on that. Let me grab our next Japanese auction, which is going to be another Beatles right in here, maybe. Let's see what we got here. James Taylor. That's why I'm here. James Taylor. $15 start. Japanese pressing of James Taylor. That's why I'm here. The obi is loose, as in it's not torn or ripped, but it may be a challenge to put back on there. I think maybe Seth was trying and he didn't want to stress it or rip it. So the obi is not torn or anything. It just needs to be carefully put back on there. I don't even see how it can really fit, but I guess it can. That's a $15 start for James Taylor. There's the original insert, near mint Japanese vinyl. Does have the obi. It just needs to be carefully. You might have to get that like with some steady hands and get that back on there. But it's there. James Taylor is a $15 start. Faces, John Stevens is at $37, autographed by Ian McLaughlin. White label promo, John Stevens has that for $37. Patty wants the Led Zeppelin. Patty, you've got the Led Zeppelin. Thank you. James Taylor's at $15. Neil Young, everybody knows this is Nowhere, $34.99. James Bond, 13 original themes, $19.99. 13 original themes. And Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris. Emmylou Harris, $34.99. That's in shrink wrap, $24.99 for the trio. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. That's $24.99. And Mary J. Blige, You Bring Me Joy, 12-inch single, $9.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival in concert, $29.99. And John Fogerty's Center Field, $19.99. Love, False Start, $49.99 for Love, False Start. And Bob Seger, 9 Tonight. Bob Seger is $29.99. Golden Earring Moontan is $29.99. And Traffic, Low Spark of High Heel Boys, $19.99 for Traffic, Low Spark of High Heel Boys. That is $19.99. Golden Earring, The Kinks, Word of Mouth is $19.99. And The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl is $19.99. Armazelle, Patty has already claimed that Led Zeppelin. It's already gone. Faces is sold to John Stevens for $37. And James Taylor's at $20 with Neil Smith. Sell Gary Samuels, John Prine for $20. That's sold to Gary Samuels for $20. Next is another autograph. This is autographed by Dick Dale. I wish it was autographed by Stevie Ray Vaughan. That would be insane. But it says to John at Shake Rag Music, which was the store, the instrument and music store that John owned in Dallas that we bought out a couple weeks ago. This is actually a 12-inch single, Pipeline, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Dick Dale. It's from the soundtrack Pipeline, or it's from the soundtrack Back to the Beach. The name of the song is Pipeline, and that's a $15 start. Autographed by Dick Dale. If you're a Stevie Ray Vaughan collector, I didn't know this existed. He did this song with Dick Dale. That's a $15 start. Neil Smith's at $20 on James Taylor. Tim Holloway wants the James Bond comp. That's sold to, this also has Live and Let Die on it. It's got the James Bond theme, Live and Let Die. The Man with the Golden Gun. That's sold to Tim Holloway. Stevie Ray Vaughan is at $15 with Gary Samuels. Bruce Springsteen, The River. That is $29.99. The Lost Boys is $74.99. Original soundtrack to The Lost Boys, $74.99. Thin Lizzy, self-titled, $39.99 from 2012. ZZ Hill's Greatest Hits, $19.99. J.J. Jackson and Proud of It, $24.99. The Late Show with Dakota Stanton, $19.99. Rosie Solves the Swingin' Riddle. Rosemary Clooney and Nelson Riddle, $9.99. JFK Memorial Album, $19.99. Another JFK Memorial Album, and The Who Live at Leeds, $19.99. Magic Christian Music by Badfinger, $29.99. Bruce Springsteen, The E Street Shuffle, $19.99. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Be Wild, $19.99. And Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska, $19.99. All right, Stevie Ray Vaughan is at $25. James Taylor, I'm about to sell that to Neil Smith for $20. Final call. And the Lost Boys was $74.99. Let me grab a crate of new, let's see here. There's another crate. I think it's behind the counter. Yeah, I got another crate, that red crate. I got more stuff from Murfreesboro Price last night. But in the meantime, let me go through a crate of something somewhere. Let's see what we've got. We need a crate. Sell that to Neil Smith for $20. Stevie Ray Vaughan's at $25, going twice, going 3 times. Let me see what we got. I need to go maybe through a bin of new vinyl we hadn't gone through in a while. Let's see what's back here in this one. That's Born to Be Wild. Born to Run, not Born to Be Wild, my bad. Born to Run. Born to Run. Same thing. Same thing. Most people's like, not really. Brent Rabley's at $25 on the Stevie Ray Vaughan single, Pipeline, autographed by Dick Dale. Jason, I ordered more Coldplay last night, but we do not have them. Or at least I haven't found them yet. You never know. There might be one in this bin. I really hadn't looked yet. I got a list of stuff to look for after the sale, but I really don't know where some of it may be. Final call on that. And I've got this Alice Cooper, which it's autographed by some of his original band. Neil Smith, let's see. It's autographed by Neil Smith, who was drums and vocals. And it's also autographed by Mike Bruce. Yeah, Michael Bruce and Neil Smith. So 2 autographs there. The other night we had an autographed Alice Cooper. I was kind of looking high and low. I was like, did he autograph this somewhere? Maybe the inner sleeve or something? Because we had an Alice Cooper the other night and autograph. But this is Pretties for You. It's a really nice copy of Alice Cooper Pretties for You. It is a Warner Brothers reissue label. This was originally on a label called Warner Brothers Straight. This is still a really nice copy, one we don't get in as often. And this is a $25 start on auction. It's autographed by 2 people in that original band. $25 start on that. Chris DeMoss is in at $26 on the Stevie Ray Vaughan. Brent Rabley, you're out. And Talking Head 77 is $31.99. $31.99. That is new and sealed. $31.99. $31.99. And did I miss anything else? Def Leppard. We had a copy of Pyromania just a second ago. We have an original copy of Pyromania. It's $42.99, and we got lots of new Def Leppard albums in stock. We have lots of new Def Leppard albums in stock. They're on that other bin over there. Yeah, we should have High and Dry, On Through the Night. Okay, let's see what's in this crate. I don't think we've been through this in a couple weeks or a week or so. Graham Parsons, Grievous Angel. Graham Parsons is $29.99, Grievous Angel. Pearl Jam, this is binaural or something of that nature. $41.99 for Pearl Jam, binaural. There is a new sealed copy of Van Halen 1984, $38.99. All That You Can Leave Behind, or All That You Can't Leave Behind. All That You Can't Leave Behind is $49.99. Van Morrison Moondance, very nice pressing. I hope everybody has one of these in their collection. $31.99. Van Morrison Moondance. Smashing Pumpkins Adore. Smashing Pumpkins Adore is $49.99. I'm going to put that over there with the other ones. Smashing Pumpkins Adore. Boz Scaggs, that's a Friday Music, new sealed on blue vinyl. $44.99 for Boz Scaggs. Fish is $29.99. Fish is $29.99. XTC Skylarking. This is $34.99. XTC Skylarking. And Love and Rockets. Love and Rockets is $33.99. Seventh Dream of a Teenage Heaven. That is $33.99 for Love and Rockets. And Grateful Dead is $28.99. Oxo Moxo Oxo, $28.99. Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare, $36.99. That's on blue vinyl. $36.99. And Metallica, the $5.98 EP, Garage Days Revisited, Metallica is $24.99. Okay, now back up to the top. Alice Cooper, 25, 25, 28, 25, 30, 27, 32, 35, 35. Alice Cooper, 37. Neil Smith has it for 37. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Brent Rabley's at 35. So Brent has Stevie Ray Vaughan for 35. Neil Smith has Alice Cooper for 27. Any claims in there? I know I saw at least a couple. We have Ryan Foster on XTC Skylarking. That's sold to Ryan Foster. Gloria wants the Grateful Dead. That is sold to Gloria. Gets the Grateful Dead. Sorry I butchered the name of that cover. Darren, you are next on Grateful Dead. If it's okay, I'll put you on a waiting list. If not, I'll have them again next week. Michael Hammock is at 39 on Alice Cooper. And Stevie Ray Vaughan is on its final call for 35. Here's two Def Leppard albums I have in stock. High and Dry is $34.99. And On Through the Night is $31.99. Those are $34 and $31.99. Let me see if I missed anything else. Do you ever sell on Whatnot? We have. We don't because it's not formatted for what we do. That there is no way we can sell on there and keep up with the pace of what we do. Metallica and Justice for All, $39.99 to sell on there. We would actually go backwards. Metallica 3LP, that is $54.99, 21 songs. And Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is $36.99. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is $36.99. Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes, that's the new 2LP set, $39.99. And almost said Paul Plant. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raisin Sand, $44.99. Elliott Smith, Either Or, $31.99. And the Turnpike Troubadours, Diamonds and Steel, $33.99. All right, Alice Cooper's at 41, 40, 41, now 42. Billy Humphrey wants Def Leppard On Through the Night. And let's go ahead and sell Stevie Ray Vaughan to Brent Rabley for $35. Chris Kirkley wants a Tori Amos. That's sold to Chris Kirkley. Do you have any collected series? Yes, actually, I'm about to do some new vinyl on sale, and I think there's one or two in there. Alice Cooper is now at $42 with Neil Smith. Maroon 5 is $36.99. Songs About Jane. Tame Impala, Lonerism, $44.99. And the B-52's Whammy is $29.99. Is Elliott Smith a new repress? Elliott Smith is a new repress. This is new and sealed, Either Or, $31.99. The Fish is LP4, yes. Fish Live, number 4, May 22nd, 2000, $29.99. Martin Pryor wants Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare. That is right here to Martin Pryor. Let me find that. That's sold to Martin Pryor. Final call on Alice Cooper. If you're done bidding, let me know. Somebody wants to take a look at the Alice Cooper. Let me grab that. That was from this last bin. Pyromania. Or excuse me, wants to take a look at the Def Leppard Pyromania. That was right in here. We have no condition notes on it, meaning it's a pretty nice copy. The cover is about VG+. It does show some signs of wear. The vinyl is absolutely near mint. Very, very nice copy. Yeah, very nice copy. Shows signs of minimal use. $42.99. Tony Doyle said Fish sold. Fish sold to Tony Doyle. Next comment was Craig Proper on Pearl Jam My Neural. That's sold to Craig Proper. Any Black Sabbath Volume 4? Yes. They are $39.99. New and sealed, remaster, $39.99 for Black Sabbath Volume 4. What's the vinyl and year of the Black Sabbath album? Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is $36.99. This is a Europe version from 2015. Martin Pryor takes Volume 4. Anybody else? I've got more of these. They're $39.99. Brian C., Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is $36.99. That's the Europe version. Joe Gabriel also wants a Black Sabbath 4. Elliott Smith, we've already showed that. Jason Dobb wants a Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. We'll make sure Brian C. doesn't want it. We should have more of those. We do have more Sabbath Bloody Sabbaths if you end up wanting one. So Jason gets that one. Let's pull a Volume 4 for Joe, and I do have more of those. Sabotage, Power of the Night, $39.99. Sabotage, Handful of Rain, $44.99. Edge of Thorns is $49.99. Dead Winter Dead, $59.99. And a music on vinyl pressing of the West Coast Pop Experimental Band Volume 3, A Child's Guide to Good and Evil, $38.99. And we have Master of Reality, another one that's hard to find in good condition. Master of Reality is $34.99. Master of Reality, $34.99. Neil Smith got the Alice Cooper autograph, or autographed record. Neil Smith, you got that for $42. Jared Benoit wants Edge of Thorns. By the way, most of these Sabotage records are deluxe packaging. They're heavy gatefold jackets, colored vinyl, or include some kind of booklet or something with it. That's sold to Jared Benoit. We still have Dead Winter's Dead, 2 LP red vinyl, 16-page book, poster, 1996 tour poster, Handful of Rain, LP mastered for vinyl, 12-page book, and then Power of the Night, clear vinyl, pop-up gatefold, $39.99. Master of Reality is $34.99. I'll just leave that one right up here. Neil Smith got Neil Smith. That's true. Neil Smith, is that your autograph? Are you in Alice Cooper's band? All righty. Let's put up, I'm sure there's some people waiting on this and this. That's why I put them in the hot post. We have Tom Waits, Rain Dogs. This is a $55 start. This is an OG copy. It's a gold stamp promo. Rain Dogs is a $55 start. This is pristine. This is absolutely pristine. $55 start on that. Craig's Inn. I think this one's out of print. I think when people's asking for Tom Waits albums, they're usually asking for this one because it's kind of hard to get. And we have U2 War. U2 War is a $35 start. U2 War, very, very nice. $35 start. That is an OG Press gatefold. $35 start. Frantic pace this evening. Everybody was telling me I was going fast last night. We're going fast. That's all I can say. We've got a lot of records. My goal was to sell 37 crates tonight. We're on pace to do a little bit of that. I have another crate of vinyl. Well, I'll grab this on sale crate I've got back here, and I'm going to show what we got. Some new puzzles in. I'm not going to show them though unless Jerry Stone's watching, but we do have new puzzles in. And I was going to make a post. I probably will after they're all gone, or whatever we don't sell tonight. I'm going to be like, here's what's left. There's a crate. I'm missing a crate somewhere. There's a crate that has a bazillion U2 albums in it that I priced last night, but it's not back here. That's what I'm trying to find. It's not that one. That's new vinyl. That stuff I hadn't priced. Now, what the heck happened to those? I don't know what happened to them. Unless they got mixed in with some stuff out here. I left it out on the floor overnight, which would not be good, because there's no telling where it is now. Yes. I was also going to make a post about that. I'll show that one second. First, quick glance. Lynch Mob, $29.99. Rebel. Okay, let me try to get this crate of on sale vinyl on the table first. Let me do that. I've got some on sale vinyl. Lynch Mob. Maybe it is in this crate. Or maybe I skipped over a crate. Because I know I priced, I don't know. Maybe I've gone through stuff so fast I've already shown it all. I don't know. I've gone through records pretty fast so far tonight. I've been through like 9 crates already. Okay, we got some on sale new vinyl. I've got a sticky notes in here to divide the price. A lot of this is half off, especially the $24.99 stuff. We don't do new vinyl on sale too often. When we do, it usually all gets gone very quickly. So, on sale new vinyl. First, let's do an update on our auction. Ken Crooker wants Sabotage, Power of the Night. That was from this last crate. Power of the Night. That is right here. Let me show that. That's sold to Ken Crooker. Make sure I don't miss anything. Ken Crooker got that. Sabotage, Power of the Night. Tom Waits, 55, 55, 65, 60, 70. U2, 35. Tom Waits, 75. Tom Waits 80, 85, War 35. We already had a $35 bid. War 36, Rain Dogs 86. You sold some U2 last night. It might have been last night. So U2 42. All right, let's do this on sale crate of new vinyl first. From this sticky note back, everything is $24.99. From this sticky note back, everything is $24.99. I think this is the last two copies I have of Yes, The Quest. A fairly new album for them, half off at $24.99. This is a 2LP. It feels like there's a CD or something in here. Very thick packaging. Yes, The Quest. There's two of those. $24.99. $24.99. I have one of these left. It's the 60s Collected Volume 2. Limited to 2,000 on colored vinyl. These are $20 off. The 60s Collected, $24.99. The 60s Collected, $24.99. Velvet Goldmine soundtrack, limited edition blue and orange vinyl, $22 off. That is $24.99 now for the Velvet Goldmine soundtrack. That's on colored vinyl. And I have two copies of the French Dispatch. The French Dispatch soundtrack. This is now $20 off at $24.99. The French Dispatch soundtrack, $24.99. I have two of those available. First is Tom Waits. We have Daniel Fowler at $86 on Tom Waits. That is Rain Dogs. Daniel Fowler has that for $86. Going once, going twice. And then Brent Hall, now James Bragg, has U2 for $45. Rob Scheffler, You Were First to the 60s Collected Volume 2. You get that for $24.99. The original soundtrack to Dune, also $24.99. Original soundtrack to Dune, the soundtrack to the David Lynch's 1984 cult classic. Score composed by Toto and Brian Eno. That is $24.99. Fred Carnell wants Yes, The Quest. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Brent Hall's back in on U2 at $47. And final call on Tom Waits. I think we got a new bidder and a new buyer with Daniel Fowler, and that is at $86. Going twice, going three times. They're still bidding on that. $24.99 for those, Tanner, and that went to Rob Scheffler and Fred Carnell. I only had one copy of the 60s. We sold the other one in the flip video I posted on the group. Queen, The Miracle. Queen, The Miracle. By the way, some of these were already posted in the group. This is what's left, and I've added to it, and I'm about to add some more as well. Queen, The Miracle, Half-Speed Master. I've got two left. These were originally $42.99. They are $24.99. $24.99. The Man Who Fell to Earth soundtrack. I've had this since September of 2021. $24.99. The Man Who Fell to Earth. $24.99. And then two copies of Paul McCartney's Tug of War on blue vinyl. Paul McCartney's Tug of War on blue vinyl, $24.99. U2 $49, now $51. All right, time to sell Tom Waits. That is sold to Daniel Fowler for $86. I was going to see, Daniel's name is not ringing a bell. Daniel, are you a first-time buyer? So if you are, thank you and welcome. That is sold to you. You got a pristine copy of that, $86. That's going twice, going three times, or going twice. That is sold to you. Be sure to message our page with your email address and your mailing address. And we just sent the link because I believe you're on YouTube, so you can't message us. If you do have a Facebook, great. If not, there's a link to our CollectCo website. You can fill out that form, and we will invoice you on Monday. U2's at 51. Jim Anstant. Jim Anstant first on Queen. Ryan Foster first on Tug of War. Jeff McCartney. Jeff McIntosh on Paul McCartney. And Sherry Darnell first on Queen. Is Bowie a double album? Yes, Bowie is 2 LPs. 2 LPs, $24.99. Nick Todd also wants a copy of Yes, The Quest. That's sold to Nick Todd. And final call on U2 War. Time for another Japanese auction. That is going to be with what? Hollywood Bowl, Shaved Fish. Let's see what we have here. Pat Benatar, 38 Special. Wings Greatest Hits. EX copy. Lowest I've ever started one of these. $25 for Wings of Greatest Hits. EX on the vinyl. EX on the vinyl means it pretty much looks pristine. There's the Japanese insert. There is the original inner sleeve. Really nice cover with Obi. $25 start on Wings Greatest Hits. $25 start on Wings Greatest Hits. Brian C. said he'll take the David Bowie. Brent Hall's out on U2. And that means the last bid was with James Bragg at $51. U2 War, $51, going twice, going 3 times. Wings Greatest Hits is at $25. All right, so those were all $24.99. Now we're going to get to our $14.99. $14.99. $14.99 on these records right here. These are all $14.99. First is Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Music composed and conducted by Ennio Morricone. First time reissued on vinyl. Pressed at RTI. Orange and black swirl. $14.99. Ringo Starr, Zoom In. That is $14.99. Thank you, Ed. Performance soundtrack is $14.99. That's on yellow vinyl. And another performance soundtrack on yellow vinyl. And 1 copy of The Vapors Magnets. This is $14.99. The Vapors Magnets, $14.99. Okay, let's see here. Back up to the top, we have Wings 25. Wings 25. The high bid on U2 is at $51. I'm about to sell it as soon as I get to the bottom of this feed. Grant Peltzer is going to take the Dune, and Tanner, that one was $24.99. I have 1 copy of the Dune soundtrack. These were originally $42.99. They've been here almost a year. Time to make them half off. $42.99, now $24.99. Pressed at RTI. That's sold to Grant Peltzer for $24.99. Brent's at 26 on Wings. Darren's at 30. Andrew's at 30. Rob Scheffler first to The Exorcist. This is $14.99. Rob Scheffler was first to that, $14.99. Colin Butler was second. Anthony Smith first to Ringo. That's $14.99 for Anthony Smith. We've already sold The Exorcist, and Boontar Jones wants The Vapors. Boontar Jones wants The Vapors. Darren Myers at 32 on Wings. $14.99 on Vapors. And let's go ahead and sell U2 War. U2 War is sold to James Bragg for $51. $51. Are these putbacks or half off? It's on sale new vinyl. There's 3 different prices. We've got 24. I've only got 2 $14.99 records left. And this is the performance soundtrack starring James Fox, Mick Jagger, featuring tracks from Mick Jagger, Randy Newman, Ry Cooder, The Last Poets, and Jackie Nitschich. Nitschich. Well, that's a tough name to say. The 1970 cult classic is back, yellow vinyl. That's a Rocktober exclusive. $14.99. $14.99. Those have been here over a year. I've got 2 left. 2 left. That's on yellow vinyl. That's a tough original soundtrack to find. I'm surprised we don't sell. When I originally ordered those, I ordered like 20 or 25 of them. I've had them for a long time, so that's my last 2 copies. Okay, Wings is at 34 with Andrew Pulicino. It's Wings Greatest Hits. EX vinyl. EX vinyl. Susie Breedlove wants a performance soundtrack. That's $14.99. Now, the rest of the crate is $19.99. The rest of the crate is $19.99. Casey Musgraves. Same trailer, different park. I think this is about to turn 10 years old. Yes, this is about to be a 10th anniversary pressing of this come out. It's a picture disc, so I figured, well, better put this one on sale. There's a new version coming out. Same trailer, different park. This is black vinyl. That is Casey Musgraves. That is $19.99. They've also been here now over a year. Same trailer, different park. $19.99 for Casey. I have 3 copies of Coulter Wall, Songs of the Plains. Coulter Wall, Songs of the Plains. I have 3 of those left for $19.99. Also, that means when a new version comes out, they usually stop making that one. So if somebody's just wanting black vinyl, as most people prefer, that might be hard to get. Joe Cocker is going to be our next auction. More Japanese pressings to put up. I don't think I've ever ran this one. And I'm going to go ahead and start it at just $20. This is Joe Cocker. It's on Casablanca. Interesting. Spirit of Live in concert. Spirit of Live. Joe Cocker live in concert with a little help from my friends. That is a $20 start. Japanese pressing with Obi. That is now up for bid. Peter Pulicino has the Wings for $36. Darren's out. So high bid on the Wings is 36. Joe Cocker's at 20. And Paul Brothers wants a Casey Musgraves. That's sold to Paul Brothers. We have one of those left. Coulter Wall is $19.99. And Jeff, I don't have any more Vapors. It's already sold. Next, $19.99. Oh, it's another Coulter Wall. It's another Casey Musgraves. Pageant material. Pageant material. That is $19.99. Casey Musgraves pageant material. I have two of those available on sale for $19.99. And Tanya Tucker live from the Troubadour. That is $19.99. These were originally $34.99. This turns 1 year old in inventory this month. 2 LP set featuring the hits Delta Dawn, What's Your Mama's Name Child, Strong Enough to Bend, and more. Jerry Stone gets a Casey Musgraves, I'm assuming pageant material. Sell that to Jerry Stone. And Marin Morris, Humble Quest. This has also been here 1 year. Those are now $19.99. Humble Quest, Marin Morris. I have two of those. I only have one, Lily and Madeline. Canterbury Girls, $19.99, and I only have one copy of the Veronica soundtrack. If you like Danzig, I think he has at least some of the music on here, or at least one song. Eyes Ripping Fire, that's $19.99. Jerry Stone wants same trailer, not pageant. Okay, so Jerry gets the last copy of this, and that means same pageant material is still available. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's get our auctions updated. Final call on Wings. Andrew Pulsino has it for $36. I'm about to sell it. Joe Cocker, we had a $20 bid, and then a $20 bid, and then a $25 bid. Paul Brothers has it for $25. Linda Lamb gets a Tanya Tucker, or gets the Tanya Tucker. Jeff, that's the only one I had. Paul Brothers wants the pageant material. That's sold to Paul Brothers. And last record, this is more than half off. The Wedding Singer, Volume 2. Yellow vinyl. These were originally $44.99. Great music on here. Too Shy, Kaja Gugu, The Cars, Spandau Ballet, Flock of Seagulls, B-52s, Dead or Alive, Depeche Mode, Jay Giles. That's sold to Tracy Miller. That's $19.99, Tanner. Usually when there's a volume 2 of something laid around Stray, it seems like it's impossible to sell because most people bought those 1 and 2. I don't know how I ended up with a Stray volume 2. Unless, I guess somebody bought a volume 1 one night and didn't get a volume 2. And I've had that one for a while, so. Okay, Joe Cocker sold to Paul Brothers for $25. Wings is sold to Andrew Pulsino for $36. Let me grab 2 new auctions. I'll tell you what's left in that crate. Next 2 auctions are going to be this Eric Clapton and Friends. And I've got Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark, which is a 12-inch single. I don't have volume 1. No, I do not. Eric Clapton and Friends, The Breeze, an appreciation of J.J. Cale. This is a $125 start. Not many of them listed at all in the United States, if there is one. Eric Clapton and Friends, The Breeze, an appreciation of J.J. Cale, a now out-of-print record. That's a $125 start. And Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark, that's a $10 start. $10 start on that. That's a 12-inch single, 45 RPM 12-inch. $10 start on Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark. Here's what's left in this crate. I actually got a couple more comps to add to it. Some stuff right over here. That's new. Those are new. Yeah, I'm going to do these. And yeah, let me do these two. Okay, so here's what's left in the $24.99 on sale. I'm adding these to it. The 80s Collected Volume 2. Once again, limited, numbered, pink vinyl. The 80s Collected Volume 2. Those are $24.99. I've got 2 of those. $24.99 on that. The other $24.99 record was the Velvet Goldmine soundtrack. Limited edition blue and orange vinyl. That's also $24.99. Brian Eno, Shudder to Think, Placebo. Let's see who else I recognize on here. Roxy Music, Lou Reed, T-Rex, Steve Harley. That is $24.99. All right. Do you have a Japanese pressing of Bruce Springsteen, The River? Not in tonight's batch. Not that I'm aware of. No Rodriguez wants the 80s, and so does Susie Breedlove. Those are gone. I only had 2 of them. No and Susie. Carlene was next, then James C. Jones, and then Dana gets Velvet Underground. Those are all $24.99. Those are all three are sold. There's only three $24.99 records left. The French Dispatch soundtrack, those are $24.99, and the Dune soundtrack is $24.99. The Dune soundtrack. There's only one $14.99 record left, which is the Performance soundtrack on yellow vinyl, and then the rest are $19.99, which are Coulter Wall, Songs from the Plains. I've got 4 of those. Casey Musgrave's Pageant Material, 1 left. 2 copies of Maren Morris, Humble Quest. The Veronica soundtrack, and Lily and Madeline, Canterbury Girls. Those are all $19.99. Bruce Springsteen is sold to Brian Hummel for $10. If anybody wants Eric Clapton and Friends, this is $125. Eric Clapton and Friends, that's $125 if anybody wants it. $125. Okay, let's see what else I got in our Japanese bin. I got John Fogerty, and I've got a Hall & Oates. Clearance continues. This crate over here is getting thin, and most of what's left is just the Beatles stuff. Compilations, and I'm going to go see if we have any albums left. I think we have mostly comps, though. John Fogerty Center Field, Japanese pressing, shrink wrap, obi, near mint, and shrink wrap. This is a $25 start. John Fogerty Center Field, $25 start on that, and Hall & Oates H2O is a $15 start. $15 start, near mint with obi, $15 start. $15 start for that. Okay, let me grab a new crate of vinyl. Anybody else? I don't have any more 80s collected. But I am going to show another collected we have. I'm going to discount it. Not as much as those. This is one of our best sellers. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 of them. These are going to be $39.99, Tanner. Let's see if... There might be some people who don't know we have these. This is the Hip Hop Collected. We still have these on the limited and numbered to 5,000 red vinyl and white vinyl. I'm sure there's somebody watching who bought one. Some people might even bought 2, and they can vouch for this if you're remotely interested. Hip Hop Collected, $39.99. That's $5 off. LL Cool J, Eric B. and Rakim, Run DMC, Nas, Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, Ice-T, Mobb Deep, Gangstar. These are $39.99. Hip Hop Collected. Very cool compilation. These are $39.99. I've got 5 of them left. Run DMC, It's Tricky. Nas, Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J. Curtis Blow, Tone Loc. A Tribe Called Quest. Beastie Boys, Cool Mo D. Eric B, Ice-T, Slick Rick. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Those are $39.99. Hip Hop Collected. 1 for Jason Dobb. 1 for Gary Samuels. 1 for Paul Brothers. Are they edited versions? I don't think so. These are pressed in Holland. I doubt they censor much on their pressings. 1 for Marco Martinez and Gloria. If you want the last one, I have 1 left. Well, Thomas did put M, but I'm not for sure what that was for. And so these for sure go to Jason, Gary Samuels, Paul Brothers, Marco, and then Gloria gets the last one. That was 5 people, right? Let me see here. They're not censored. Yeah, I was about to say. I doubt. Jason Dobb, Gary Samuels, Paul Brothers, Marco Martinez, and Gloria. Yeah, that's the 5, I believe. Those are all sold. Those are all sold. Eric Clapton and Friends, $124.99. High bid on John Fogerty. Sold to Brian C. for $25. And Hall & Oates is sold to Jerry Stone for $15. All are sold. Next auctions. Let me grab another crate of something. Let me find a crate of something. Let's go through, let's see what we have here. What's back here? Yeah, let me go through this. Let me do some shifting around. In the Netherlands, we censor nothing. That's what I was about to say. I don't think they don't follow Hendry. I think y'all just do whatever you want over there, right? Press whatever you want, make whatever you want, sell whatever you want. Land of the free over there. Legitimately. Okay. Although I have no idea. I've never left North America, so I'm just going by what I hear. Okay. Ella Fitzgerald live at Montreux. That is $33.99. And Jimi Hendrix Experience, Los Angeles Forum, April 26, 1969. That is $44.99. Mazzy Star, So Tonight That I Might See, $36.99. And The Clash, Give 'Em Enough Rope, $33.99. Cake, Fashion Nugget is $33.99. And Johnny Thunder's So Alone, that's a Rhino Start Your Ear Off Right on red vinyl, $29.99. Show the puzzles. I'm going to do that right after this crate, Jerry. Be sure to remind me, or I will accidentally put something else up. I've got a couple obscurities here. I don't know what these are. 15 years of Japanese pops. Well, that's the Ventures. I know that. Strawberry Switchblade. Let me do this one right here. We have Sky 2. Sky 2. I don't know what that is. Maybe Jazz. John Williams. Well, if that's the John Williams I'm thinking about. Herbie Flowers, Kevin Peake. Looks like maybe a jazz record or something in that realm. $15 start for Sky 2. $15 start. And this is the Ventures. 15 years of Japanese pops. $15 start on that. So 2 more Japanese pressings, $15 and $15 start. Sky's Prague. Okay, maybe not the John Williams I was thinking about then. I was thinking maybe like some kind of classical or jazz or something of that nature. I may be wrong. Looks like I am. Chris Cornell. This is his hits collection. Chris Cornell, $49.99. Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique is $38.99 for Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique. Tame Impala, Currents. Tame Impala is $44.99. I have one more copy of the Tori Amos Little Earthquakes. That is $42.99. Tori Amos Little Earthquakes, $42.99. Dan Rice wants Cake. Dan Rice on Cake. We have Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, $39.99. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, $39.99. Gloria on the Beastie Boys. Dan Rice got Cake. Paul's in at $15 on the Ventures Pops. There's Tame Impala, the B-52's Whammy, $29.99. U2 October, cream-colored vinyl, 16-page booklet, $36.99 for U2 October. Diana Ross, The Greatest, that's a 2LP on clear vinyl, $59.99. Stranger Things 4, this is the score music. We have it Volume 1 and Volume 2 on red and blue vinyl. Those are $44 and $44.99. Tony Murphy on U2 October, that's sold to Tony Murphy. Twisted Wicked, $33.99 for Twisted Wicked. I have 2 of those left. And Herman Brood and his Wild Romance Go Nuts, $38.99. Prodigy, The Fat of the Land, $41.99 for Prodigy. Avenged Sevenfold, that is self-titled on orange vinyl, $36.99. The Ramones, Subterranean Jungle, purple vinyl, $29.99. Dio, Angry Machine, $31.99 for Dio. And Marvin Gaye, Greatest Hits Live, that is $28.99. Judas Priest, Rock-a-Rolla is $36.99. Pearl Jam is $28.99. And hey, there's Kenneth Jenks Van Halen. I knew one would pop up somewhere. That's already sold to somebody. I ordered a bunch more of these last night. If anybody else wants one, let me know. But we were looking for that for somebody. I think that's Kenneth Jank. So I don't have any Jeff Healey. Those are always auctioned whenever we get them. Debbie, the Stranger Things is not the music. This is the score music. If you're looking for the actual music, we should have those in stock. Ed Nelson was first to Marvin Gaye. Thomas, I only have one of those. That's sold to Ed Nelson. Paul Brothers against the Ventures for $15. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Who wants Sky? Paul Brothers says that's, Craig says that's Prague. $15 buy it now. $15 buy it now for whoever wants Sky. $15 buy it now on that. Any Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare. We sold one just a moment ago, I think. But I don't think so. I probably need to restock all those. Jeff Mallwitz was first to that. $15 buy it now. Jeff Mallwitz was first. Okay. Over here, I got our first batch of puzzles. So we got an email the other day, and they said they were going to discontinue our puzzle line from the UK. So I ordered what I could of some of our best sellers. I'm just going to show some of our newest restocks. Be the last time I get to show these, and then I'm going to make a post. So Brad Bullen said 25 on Strawberry Switchblade. Whew. This one actually, the reason I didn't put it up, these are, I think the last sold on Discogs was like $75, and this one has the poster. I will sell it to you for, I mean, that's what we have it marked. I didn't really want to just throw this one up because I feel like we can list it on Discogs. But Brad, this is Strawberry Switchblade. And like I said, I think the last mint one, I don't think it had the Obi or maybe had the poster or something. But I'll take $45 for it. If not, that's something I'm going to put in our Discogs box, which is growing larger and larger every day. Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. These are all 500-piece puzzles, $24.99. $24.99. Pink Floyd Animals, $24.99. Master of Puppets, $24.99. Captain Fantastic, $24.99. This is Countdown to Extinction, Megadeth. I don't think I ever had that one. Pyromania and Bridges to Babylon. Those are all $24.99. Brad said sold. Sell him Strawberry Switchblade for $45. That's sold to Brad Bullen. Who makes the puzzles? They're made by Rocksaw. Discontinued. Someone got a cease and desist. I think these are officially licensed, or at least they maybe say they are. I don't know. I think they're licensed. But I don't know. Maybe somebody gave them a license and they wasn't allowed to give them a license. Could be. I'm not for sure. Brad Bullen said so. Dave Mars wants a Metallica, Master of Puppets. Jerry Stone wants Bridges to Babylon. Dave Mars also wants a Megadeth. Let's see. Patty Anderson Williams, Megadeth. I only had one of those, I think. Chris also wants a Megadeth. And yes, these are puzzles. I've got Pyromania. I've got Captain Fantastic. Master of Puppets, Animals, and Adam Heartmother in there. Jason Dobb wants a Def Leppard. That's sold to Jason Dobb. Arm Lazelle on Animals. And I only had one of those Megadeth. I think I ordered more, but they had only one. They only had one left. So, okay. Jason Dobb also wants an Animals. Now, I think I have more of those. There's a green crate behind the counter, but by the way, there's no waiting list for these. If we don't have them here tonight, then we won't have them again, but I don't think we have those. There's some on that bottom shelf down there. See below the Harry Potter Funkos. There's some down there, and then there's a green crate behind the counter of new ones. That's all that we have. So they're $24.99. $24.99. He says if we don't have an Animals, he'll take the Captain Fantastic. These are $24.99. $24.99. That being, we have one Pink Floyd left, unless Susie wants it, which was Adam Heartmother. There's Captain Fantastic, sold to Jason Dobb. And let me show you a couple more we have. These are $24.99. We have Rolling Stones Tattoo You, Momentary Lapse of Reason. Some Girls, we've sold hundreds of these. Right, Tanner? This is a 1,000-piece. I was about to say, that feels heavier. 1,000-piece. It's only rock and roll. Same price. Okay. Wish You Were Here. Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Rush, Permanent Waves. Rush, A Farewell to Kings. And then I'll show the newest ones we got. So Jason, we didn't have any more Animals, so you got a Captain. Actually, you know what? There's one in the office that's not priced. It's leaned up on that back shelf for Jason Dobb. Brent Raveley wants the Stones. It's only rock and roll. So one more time, 500-piece puzzles. These are actually very well made. They're made in the UK. This is Rush, Farewell to Kings, Permanent Waves, Wish You Were Here. That one looks pretty cool. Some Girls looks like a challenge, I guess. It's got pretty distinct different colors. Momentary Lapse of Reason. That Sky would be hard to do. And Tattoo You. Tattoo You. Brent Rayleigh also wants Some Girls. Sure you don't want Tattoo You as well? I mean, what's one more going to hurt you, right? Pink, Susie got Adam Hartmother. And I think, Jason Dobb, we can come up with an Animals for you. We can come up with an Animals if you still want that one and not Captain Fantastic. Let's see. I'm going to put these back in this crate. Oh, if I don't drop them. All right, next crate. Let me figure out what to show. He says he's got it already. Dang it. All right. Jason said yes. Okay, I will try to find that one. Now, what do I want to show y'all? That's true. Let's go through this crate right over here. I think this is the other one I wanted to go through. Did we go through this one the other night? Cream, Jimi Hendrix, Sabbath. Let's go through these. Vintage. Somebody asked earlier, what's our ratio to new to vintage or new to pre-owned? Oh man, new vinyl's only 10% of our inventory. As far as total records, it's only 10% of our inventory. We have several thousands of new LPs, several thousands. I really don't know how many. I have no idea if someone held a gun to my head. How many new LPs do you have? I'd be like, I don't know. You'd have to shoot me. Vintage, I also don't know, but I know it's a lot more. So, it's a lot more. Newest puzzles, let me get those after this crate, Jerry. I've got like 6 more new ones that we've never shown before. Okay, Fly By Night, I'll grab that list. Exit stage left, everybody got one of those, but I have to read the list for Fly By Night. Not everybody got one of those this week. I didn't have enough. That's the only Rush album we were short on. Okay, Outside Inside, The Tubes, 1999. I think I've shown these recently, but it's such great titles in here. I want to go through them one more time. Quicksilver, Just for Love, 1999. Quicksilver, Just for Love. Loverboy, self-titled, 1999. If you want to make an offer on anything, be my guest. It's Saturday night. Southside Johnny and the Jukes, 1999. In the Heat, Southside Johnny. More American Graffiti, that's essentially Volume 2, 1999. Ry Cooder, self-titled, 1999. Grace Slick and the Great Society. Grace Slick is $39.99. Springsteen, The Devil in Disguise. This is an unofficial, $44.99 for Bruce Springsteen. Don't let me forget about that Rush list, and I will definitely read that off. The Eurythmics is in shrink wrap, $24.99. The Eurythmics, $24.99. How about Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell? This is a German pressing from 1980. This is $69.99. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, Vertigo German pressing in shrink wrap. It has a Black Sabbath on Tour sticker on the front, $69.99. Black Sabbath. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul, $64.99. That is a very, very nice copy. Olay ELO, The Very Best of Electric Light Orchestra. Showdown, Can't Get It Out of My Head. Evil Woman, Strange Magic, that's $19.99. 50 Million Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong, that is sealed, 1984, $29.99. Jocko Belli Dante wants the Black Sabbath, that's sold to Jocko Belli. Billy Joel The Bridge is $14.99. Billy Joel The Bridge. Blows Against the Empire, Jefferson Starship, $19.99 for Jefferson Starship. He said actually pass on Black Sabbath. Simon and Garfunkel Bookends, that's a sealed copy from 1972. $39.99. David wants the Elvis. 50 Million Elvis Fans Can't Be Wrong. That's sold. Jimi Hendrix Rainbow Bridge is $39.99. That's a UK press. Jimi Hendrix First Rays of the New Rising Sun from 1997, and that is numbered. $59.99 for Jimi Hendrix. Strange Brew, The Very Best of Cream, that is sealed from 1983, $39.99. This is an Atco sampler from the New York Rock and Roll Ensemble and Cream Wheels of Fire, $64.99. Jimi Hendrix. Michael Nath wants both of them. He said Jimi Hendrix 2. Or maybe that was the second one. I've got you down for both. Let me know. Live Cream Volume 2, $34.99. Cream, this is a reissue of their first album, a Canadian version with bonus tracks, $34.99. Fresh Cream, that's a US reissue, $34.99. And The Byrds Fifth Dimension, $24.99. The Byrds Fifth Dimension, $24. When do you think the Stevie Ray Vaughan? No telling with Analog Productions. We could have those next week. These audiophile labels keep everything locked up in a vault, literally. They don't want anybody to know when they're shipping or releasing or restocking anything. This is Donovan's Greatest Hits, $14.99. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love, $19.99. Karate, I showed some of these the other night. I don't know if there's anybody watching that are interested in these, but evidently they're not too easy to get. Karate Pockets, 2004 UK, $199.99. Jethro Tull Benefit is $19.99. Michael Nath did want both. Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. This is the Steven Wilson remix, $29.99. Jethro Tull A is $19.99, and Jethro Tull War Child, 40th anniversary, Steven Wilson, $24.99 on that one. Jethro Tull Jethro Tull, their first album, which is called This Was, $19.99. Can I swap ELO Greatest for BTO Greatest from earlier? Yeah, so he wants Olay ELO instead of BTO's Greatest Hits. So swap that out for Josh. Shane Berry wants Bruce Springsteen. That was Tunnel of Love. And James Bragg wants the Stevie Ray Vaughan from earlier in the crate. Those are all sold. Elton John's Captain Fantastic, $34.99. That's a new pressing with all the inserts. The Hollies Greatest Hits, $19.99. And Hard Working Americans, Rest in Chaos, $29.99. The Jan and Dean Anthology Album, $14.99. Ricky Lee Jones Self-Titled, $14.99. Ricky Lee Jones Pirates is $14.99. Jethro Tull Minstrel in the Gallery, that's the Steven Wilson remix, $129.99. Witness Bless the Fall, $59.99. Uh-oh, getting some of these oddities. Aviators, or Aviator, $14.99. Another Karate album, $174.99. Some Boots. Let's see what we have here. This is State Faults, $19.99. Jethro Tull Bundle minus benefit. Including Minstrel in the Gallery. That's a pricey one at $129.99. You may want that one. You may not want that one. But I'll go ahead and put that one in there. And let's see. There's that one. There's War Child. There's a Too Old to Rock and Roll. There's no benefit. Said leave that one out. I think that was all that was in there. So that is those right there. Let me know if you want Minstrel in the Gallery as well before I start doing any math. Hardworking Americans, $20. Sell that to Brian Hummel. For $20. That's also some remnants of that Murfreesboro collection left in there. Leon Bridges, Coming Home. That's $39.99. This was Kelsey, Spiral Shadow, $26.99. Elf Power is $26.99. And Figure 4 was $199.99. Also no minstrel. Okay, so these four here, Kevin, we have 29, 19, 24, 19. So that's 25, 15. That's 30, 40, 60, $75. And that's $20 off. $75, that's $20 off. Cara Dogs, Thirst, $19.99. The Thunderball soundtrack is $19.99. And the Mink Lungs is $19.99. Mark Cunningham said bookends $30. And Mark, I'm still trying to find that Funkadelic for you. Bookends $30. Let me. Oh, we did? Okay. Okay, we already pulled it that night, Tanner said. Let's see here. Okay. Bookends. Let me find that. That was the sealed Simon & Garfunkel. Mark's records, when he makes offers on them, they tend to hide. Yeah, sell that to him for $30, and he passes on that. Anybody wants this for $75? You're never supposed to pass on a bundle offer. Oh my gosh, because usually somebody else ends up with them. That is $75 for those four if anybody wants them. Austin says, claim Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. I've been waiting for somebody to pull the trigger fully on that one. A German Vertigo pressing. Ronnie James Dio, that's sold to Austin. And what was the other one that was in here? It was Black Sabbath, and it was something else that was another really good record. It was right in that area. I'm not for sure. Maybe somebody claimed it earlier too. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got. Let me put up some new Japanese auctions right quick. I have another Wings Over America. I think we ran one of these last night. And I have, of course, I got an interesting soundtrack here. So we have Wings Over America. Wings Over America, Japanese press. I think we ran one of these last night. This is a triple LP. There's LP number 1, LP number 2, LP number 3. There's 1, 2, 3 original inner sleeves. 3 original inner sleeves. Japanese lyric book to Wings Over America. There's the poster. Very nice gatefold. That's a $25 start. Triple LP, Japanese pressing. $25 start on that. And Princess from the Moon, original motion picture soundtrack. Princess from the Moon. This is a white label promo. Also, just a $15 start. Really cool cover. Very spacey. Princess from the Moon. $15 start on this. $15 start on this. Performed by Peter Cetera. Is that who that fella is? Chicago, Peter Cetera. $15 start on that soundtrack. What Meek Lungs did we show? It was Meek Lungs. It was self-titled, it looks like. $19.99 from 2001. No, The Better Button. The Better Button. $19.99 on that. The Better Button. Mitchell Thomas is in on Wings at $27 and looking for a $15 start on that. What's the tool bundle? This was War Child, Steven Wilson, an original A, 2-0 to Rock and Roll, Steven Wilson. That was $75, which was $20 off. All right. Anybody else on anything in that crate before I go grab some new stuff? Let me see what I got. Let me grab that crate of puzzles. I got one more crate of puzzles to show Jerry Stone. And then we might have to start grabbing. Actually, we might need to take a break so I can get 50% pulled. I got 50% off to pull, but I can't do that until I have to get that ready. So it's getting close. I was going to either stop at 9:30 or 9:45. It's looking closer to like 9:30, so we can come back. All right, so I think there's some in here I've never had before. These are all new puzzles. They're $24.99. Momentary Lapse of Reason. That's a 1,000 piece. 1,000 piece on Momentary Lapse of Reason. The Mothers of Invention, Freak Out, Frank Zappa. I know I've never had that one. I've never had this Metallica. What's that? This one? Yes, it's also 1,000. That's also a 1,000 piece puzzle. Metallica, Jump in the Fire. That's a 500 piece puzzle. Pink Floyd, Uma Guma. That's a 500 piece puzzle. Delicate Sound of Thunder. That's a 500 piece puzzle. And The Endless River. The Endless River. Okay, Wings is at 28. Paul Bill said he'd give $14.99 for Mink. Let me find that and sell that to Paul Bill. That's the next new comment. That's sold to Paul Bill, $14.99. Austin's at 28 on Wings. Let me know if you're in or out, Mitchell Thomas. Let me know if you're in or out, Mitchell Thomas. And Daymars was first to Metallica. Jerry Stone was first to Pink Floyd, Uma Guma. That's sold to Jerry Stone. Brian C. was first to Freak Out. Nick Todd wants Momentary Lapse of Reason. Mitchell Todd's back in on Wings at 30. Puzzles, $24.99. The only thing left in here is Delicate Sound of Thunder and Endless River. Boy, that looks like a challenge. Endless River. Pink Floyd never fails with the artwork, do they? Look at that stuff. I think they say, all right, just somebody go get high and then paint or write down first thing that comes in your mind. And then there's your artwork. Wings is at 31 of Mark Shelton. That's a 3LP Japanese press. Pristine. Inserts, inner sleeve, insert book, inner sleeve, and poster. Now, I do have more. Do we want to just maybe go fill this crate up and I can show what's left? We can run through all of our puzzles one more time. I've got about 15 more on that shelf over there. I'll go grab them if not. Minstrel Gallery not in the bundle. No, because it was $130. If you want it, I'll put it in there at a discounted price, but it's $130 by itself. It's $130 by itself. Let me see what we got. Wings is at 31. Mitchell's out. Who else was bidding? Mark, Mitchell's out. Austin. Austin, let me know if you're in or out on that. Let me know if you're in or out on that. Okay, who wants the Princess from the Moon soundtrack for $15? Princess from the Moon soundtrack for $15. $15 buy it now on the Princess from the Moon soundtrack. This is now on its final call, Wings. I'm going to go through this bin right here right quick. Some new vinyl. We have 3 copies of something. Genesis Invisible Touch, $31.99 for Genesis Invisible Touch. 2 copies of Bob Dylan and the Dead. Bob Dylan and the Grateful Dead, $28.99. Richard Marx, songwriter. Richard Marx is $38.99. And REM Out of Time. REM Out of Time is $36.99. Tommy Flowers takes the Princess of the Moon. That's a $15 buy it now for Tommy Flowers. Austin's back in on Wings at $31. And the best of BTO is $14.99 so far. Best of Bachmann-Hover Owner Drive. That was somebody put back $14.99. If anybody wants that. Brian C says put back the Freak Out Puzzle. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, $42.99. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, $42.99. Star Wars Stories, music from The Mandalorian, Rogue One, and Solo, $44. That's a 2LP music on vinyl, limited numbered colored. Stone Sour, $44.99. Also music on vinyl. And the Pixies, the best of the Pixies, Wave of Mutilation, $39.99. We have 3 of those left. All right, final call on Wings. I'm about to sell this to somebody. Mitchell Thomas. Mark. Yeah, Mark has it for $31. Mark Shelton has that for $31. He's the high bidder. Mark Shelton has the Wings for $31. Austin, you're out. Thomas Bentz wants the BTO we just put back. That's sold to Thomas Bentz. That's sold to Thomas. Days of the New wait list. There is no wait list. We have them in stock. They're $44.99. Is there another Wings Greatest Hits? No, there's not. David wants Pixies, and Mark had the first 31. All right, so Thomas got BTO. This is sold to David. Wings is sold to Mark Shelton for $31. And put Dakota down for Days of the New. We have 2 of those left. Or, no, we have 1 left. We had 2. If Dakota gets 1, that leaves 1. The Beastie Boys is $36.99. Licensed to Eel. Now Yearbook 1985. This is $49.99. That is a triple vinyl, green vinyl, $49.99. Big Bill Brunsey, 1957, live in Nottingham, $29.99. Blue Oyster Cult, Fire of Unknown Origin. Fire of Unknown Origin. That's a music on vinyl pressing, $46.99. $46.99. $46.99. Scott Weiskittle on the REM, Out of Time. That's sold to Scott. We have Pink Floyd, A Saucer Full of Secrets, the Mono Mix, remaster, $33.99. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, $39.99 on that. I'm going to put that over here with the others. Steve Miller Band Live, 1977. That is $36.99. Savatage, The Wake of Magellan, lenticular cover, $56.99. Love and Rockets is $29.99. And Neil Young Harvest, $36.99. Now Yearbook is ordered. We just don't have them in yet. By the way, people who's been asking for the Cult, we got a shipment of those, part of it, and the rest of them should be coming. So if you did order a Cult Love on red vinyl from us, you should be getting one, but they won't be here until next week. Soul Asylum, limited to 5,000, 30th anniversary, music on vinyl, $39.99. That's colored vinyl. Godsmack, Lighting Up the Sky, new album, $31.99. Def Leppard, Diamond Star Halos. 2LP, clear vinyl, $54.99. Here's the Now Yearbook 80 to 84. Does have a creased cover. That is $49.99. David Bowie Lambert soundtrack is $33.99. Prince, Small Club, 1988 Classic After Show Party, Volume 2, $34.99. Slayer, South of Heaven, $36.99. Ministry, The Sphincter, $44.99. Someone had me look that up. Now I understand it a lot better. $44.99. That doesn't mean I'm going to say it better. David, first on Prince. David, I've got you down for the Prince. Third Eye Blind, a collection, $41.99. Kings of Leon, Youth and Young Manhood, $41.99. Metallica, Garage Inc., $54.99. Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. That's weird seeing that in a bin. $44.99. Warrant, Dog Eat Dog, $44.99. And Slipknot, All Hope Is Gone. Slipknot is $36.99. All Hope Is Gone, limited edition orange vinyl. Chris Crowley, if it's okay, I'll put you down for a waiting list on Prince. Actually, we've had this for a while. I thought it was something Doug ordered for his collection, but it wasn't. And I've never really shown it live like it's a new arrival. So if anybody else wants one, let me know. I'll see if I can get volume 2 as well. And David, if you want me to get you a volume 1, if I can, I will. Okay, so I need to reset because the rest of the show I plan on doing nothing but half off vinyl. I thought I had another crate of new arrivals around here, but I don't know what's happened to them. So I've either I went through stuff so fast, I've already shown them, or Ministry is $44.99. That's a new release. Fly By Night list. Let me read that right now. Where's my laptop at? Is that my laptop? I have not officially read that list. I guess it's over here. I've got to read the Fly By Night list. Let me do that. Everybody got a exit stage left, but there's probably some people curious how much is on their invoice. And of course, a $40 record. You may want to know about that. So let me read off that list. This is everybody who got a Rush Fly By Night. And then we're going to take a pause. And part 2, the rest of the night, are going to be nothing but on sale, 50% off vintage vinyl. Nothing but 50% off vintage vinyl for part 2. But let me read off the Fly By Night list first. It's still here in red. I hadn't deleted it yet. Here's everybody who got one. Tracy Poston. Tracy Poston. Let me get that straight. Tracy Poston, Michael Potts, Scott Fairchild, Brent Rabley, Conrad Murrack, Joe Valentine, Calvin Ward, George Buchanan, Stacy Metternich, Scott Smith, Alvo Dabney Jr., Jamie Butler, Jerry Wallace, Justin Cleveland, Steve Howe, Grant Peltzer, Kevin Huffman, James McGowan, Tony Doyle, Jerry Stone, Michelle Phillips, John Burlingame, Greg Hagewood, and Doug Jeppesen. And that was the first 25 people who commented on the post. Here's everybody I have down for one who don't have one yet. They were next in line. Jody Ruffner, Todd Pratt, Jason Yu, Peter Policino, Kevin Jordan, Bob Reiger, Susie Breedlove, Randy Scarborough, Stephen Tuttle, Darren Wortman, Jim Anstadt, Matt Hamilton, Josh Huddleston, Vin Dandy, Sean Crupper, Debbie Blair, Aaron Watts, Kyle Morgan, John Napier, Dakota Wilkie, Paul Brothers, and Belinda Daub, and myself, Chad Williams. I don't have one yet. So that's everybody on that list. And if anybody else wants on that list, we will definitely get more of those in. So that's everybody who got one. Chad, you're a treasure. Thank you, Tommy. Prince Volume 1 and 2 wait list for Jason. We have Days of the New. We pulled one for Dakota. I have one left. I have one Days of the New. That is $44.99. Days of the New is $44.99. Okay. Brian C. doesn't want the Zappa. We've already put that back. Dakota, I'll have you down for a Talking Head 77. So when we come back, you know what we usually do late last night? Everyone that got an exit stage left, yes. If you get your invoice and there's not one on there, we have them in stock. So we can add one. When you get your invoice, we can add one. We usually don't do that, but if we missed you, that's our bad. We'll fix that because we're supposed to have everybody down for one. British Steel, there's no telling on that title. It could be next month or next year for something like that. Okay, so we'll be back for part 2 in 30 minutes. It's now 9:35, so we'll be back about 10:05. Day Mars, I will make sure you got one, but I think everybody did. We're going to go through a lot of vinyl. It's going to be fast-paced. I probably won't run any more auctions. If I do, it'll be Japanese Beatles stuff, trying to reduce. I mean, we have 2 crates now full of Japanese Beatles, mostly compilations. We may pull a bunch out and do them buy it now on sale. It'll be half off vintage. I probably can go through 6 or 8 crates for part 2 from 10 to a little after midnight. If you like cheap vintage records, I'm going to sell you everything that I show. It'll be half off, make offers, try to empty crates out. So we'll be back in 30 minutes for that. I got to drink some water. I feel like I'm dehydrated almost. We'll be back in 30 minutes. If you have any questions, message the page during the break or come back and ask me in 30 minutes.